The man accidentally confessed to the Buddha. According to the rules, he should have been expelled from the sect. But to his surprise, the beautiful Buddha agreed to date him. What the man didn't dare to admit was that he was actually confessing to his junior sister. The man's name was Ran. He had only glanced at a passing beauty on the road, just a passing glance, but accidentally got into a car accident, and my soul was transferred into the body of this namesake, Saint Son of the Ulu Hall. This Saint Son was once a ruthless person. He killed over 1,000 righteous disciples in order to seize a vial of pure essence. Several of his fellow disciples were ruined just for speaking too loudly, having their inner cores destroyed. Since his soul transmigrated into this holy son's body, he's been stuck standing idly on the ascension platform every day. Many of his junior sisters think he's comprehending the heavenly Tao and exclaim how handsome the holy son is. They all want to be his #1 fan. Little do they know, Ran is standing here simply because he's bored. It turns out that Ran not only had his soul transmigrated, but he became the big villain. His cultivation has been sealed. Now he's completely useless. Only his deadly enemies are waiting to take his life. While he complains to the heavens, a panel suddenly appears above his head saying, "Do one good deed a day." The system "Do one good deed a day" helps the host reform and start anew. He must become a better person. As long as he completes the tasks, he will be rewarded. The first task has a 24-hour deadline. The main task is to confess to someone of the opposite sex and succeed. The higher the difficulty, the greater the reward. Lyran's mother, seriously? I'm the holy son of Ulu Hall? I do good deeds every day? Why do I need to date? Shouldn't I be helping old ladies cross the street? Lyran was about to give up the mission, but the system sternly told him giving up the mission would permanently seal his cultivation. At these words, Lyran immediately changed his expression. Dating and all that, I'm best at that. The next second, Lyran suddenly remembered something. The Ulu Hall sect rules. The first rule is to forbid romantic relationships. If he confessed to his junior sister and was found out by his master, he would be doomed. Unfortunately, the system was ruthless. Lyran quickly used a recording device to record a video of his confession. He placed it in the junior sister's room. Soon after, the junior sister returned to her room. She had just sat down and was drinking tea when a senior sister came to ask her, "Has the pill been refined? It needs to be delivered to the sect leader." She picked up a box and handed it to the other person. For the sake of the Tao, the beautiful master's teeth are all ground to pieces. Why does this intelligence report smell so sore? Falling in love will only lead to wrong judgments. Heaven and earth are impartial. All things are without feeling. All those dual cultivation theories are fleeting illusions. But in the end, he still sighed. As expected, I will probably be lonely forever. At this moment, a disciple brought over the assessment pill. After examining the pill, the beautiful woman squatted in the room to check the base medicine. The previous few pills were obviously quite good, but then when she opened the next box, it turned out to be a memory stone. The beautiful master was instantly enraged. Who dares to use this to fool me? She directly activated Lu Yingxi. What appeared before her eyes was Lyran's silly smile. She heard him say directly, "Thank you for always being by my side. You're like a ray of sunlight. You drive away the darkness for me." The beautiful master had a gentle expression. It turns out he wanted to thank us. But why didn't he say it to our face? I like the rain in summer, the rainbow after the rain, and you no matter when. Upon hearing this, the beautiful master's scalp tingled. However, he was confessing to himself. As expected, Lyran continued saying, "I like you. Please go out with me." The beautiful master immediately kicked over the feathered table. These were the most cringe-worthy words he's ever heard. He never expected that the first person to pursue him would actually be his own disciple. This rebellious disciple broke the sect rules, and that was just the beginning. I actually still plot against this work, but why is my heart racing? Is this what it feels like to be accused? Soon the beautiful master calmed down. Ulu Hall doesn't allow romance. He made that rule himself. Unbreakable. He directly summoned the guards, or to bring the Saint Son. Inside a pavilion, the beautiful master glared at Lyran angrily and said, "You have quite a nerve. Kneel down." Lyran, kneeling on the ground, was confused. Has little junior sister betrayed me? What should I do now? And at this moment, Master looked at this child Lyran, so handsome and refined, with such a majestic bearing, a prodigious talent, actually likes me. It seems I still have a girlish charm, but considering our different statuses, no. I'm rambling. What's plan? Thinking of this, the master directly spoke. Aren't you going to explain yourself? Lyran helplessly replied. Now the evidence is conclusive. I can only get a shot. That image indeed was recorded by me. I have nothing else to say. The disciple has long since prepared for the worst. Even so, it cannot stop the disciple's sincerity. The beautiful master seemed to have been struck in the heart. Yet in order to be with her, he actually has this much courage. But at this moment, Lyran is only thinking of himself, pretending to be ill. The junior is willing to be punished for the little junior sister. Perhaps Master will soften their heart and let me go. Sure enough, Master is turned away from Lyran. Today's events. Let's pretend they never happened. You may leave. Lyran. As expected. Just as he was about to leave, the master suddenly shouted, "Wait, you've been overthinking recently. That's why your cultivation has stagnated. I'll punish you to meditate in the cold abyss cave for a month. Clear your mind? You've become foolish. Right now, you can't even handle it yourself." The cold abyss cave is a natural ice cave on Ixwaling Mountain. Mortal beings who enter will instantly turn into ice statues. Only those at the Golden Core stage or above can resist the cold inside. If it were the old Li Dan, this would have been no punishment at all. But now that he is sealed, if he enters, he's definitely done for. This absolutely cannot happen. But the beautiful master's original intention was actually not to punish him. She just didn't know how to face him. But Lyran dared to defy her orders. She had clearly shown him leniency. Lyran looked serious. No, when the master gives an order, it's for 11 years. I have no complaints or regrets, but what I cannot accept is the order from my master to let go of this relationship. You want me to forget this relationship? It's like asking me to dig out my own heart. The beautiful master is starting to panic. What did your husband say? Even if you have true feelings, so what? The gap in cultivation is so vast, you're just being paranoid? Lyran argued his case forcefully. I believe that love can overcome any distance. Mountains and seas can be leveled. The beautiful master was completely dumbfounded. However, for his own sake, he actually had the determination to level mountains and seas. His tone had clearly softened. Can you bear the gossip? Can you endure being condemned by everyone? Lyran, even if it means my death, I will not hesitate. Since that's the case, then go. The beautiful female master said, then grabbed his collar. She threw him off the cliff. Just before he hit the ground, the beautiful master still managed to catch him. She said, "Are you stupid? Why didn't he use your cultivation technique?" Lyran appeared cold on the surface, and did to respond. In reality, my heart was racing like a horse galloping. I can't exactly say that my cultivation was sealed by the system, can I? After returning to the ground, Lyran grasped his master's sleeve with one hand. He said with deep affection, "If I can be with the one I love." On the surface, his master's expression was as cold as ice, but in reality, his heart was already bursting with joy. But to maintain the persona of a revered master, I could only coldly nod in agreement. Lai, upon hearing this, instantly sprang up from the ground, excitedly hugging the revered master. Joy was evident on their face. Thinking, finally I can openly date my junior apprentice sister. The system finally prompted task completion. Lion's face was full of disbelief, pupils dilated. What the hell is going on? I was just flirting with my junior sister. How did I end up flirting with my master? To confirm the truth of the matter, he tentatively inquired about the origin of the master's hidden stone. The master shyly turned to the side at this moment and whispered, "Are you still pretending? Did you ask someone to put the stone in the Mother River and send it to us?" Liang felt speechless upon hearing this. He was speechless and couldn't respond. It turns out that junior sister didn't betray me. Instead, she accidentally delivered the box to the state coin master here. Because I didn't say my name the whole time. My master thought I was confessing my love to him. I originally wanted to win over my junior sister, but unexpectedly I ended up pursuing my master instead. My heart couldn't react to this all of a sudden. But whether it's looks or figure, my master is more attractive. I feel like this isn't a good situation. But the master has an extremely high level of cultivation. He is the boss level existence in this world. Dating him could easily cost you your life one day. I absolutely cannot say the crystal is for junior sister. Otherwise I might be crushed and fed to the dogs. That's right, stay calm. I mustn't let the master notice anything. He left with seemingly steady steps. After returning to the room, his anxious heart finally dared to relax. The process was relatively smooth. It's a good result. The mission was completed. His cultivation base is also returned. At the same time, he was rewarded with 3 treasure chests. Let's see what's inside. Congratulations, host. You've obtained the technique Heaven's Steel Technique, the Spirit Treasure Cloud Spirit Spear, and the Intent Dragon Statue. The Heaven's Steel Technique, as the name suggests, can continuously absorb spiritual energy from all directions at any time. Whether eating, sleeping, or flirting, it will automatically cultivate without interruption. The Cloud Spear is a weapon, the advanced weapon's first skill, mountain crushing. In the old image of Chenjin, it's all about adding flashy, over-the-top effects to oneself, making oneself the most dazzling one. But Liran couldn't feel happy at this moment. He just hoped his master could forget what he confessed to him. After all, dating the boss is still a huge pressure. At this moment, Liran was completely unaware. He was solely focused on studying the rewards the system had just given him. The rewards were so extraordinary. The Spirit Queen Body and the Light Crystal were both top-tier cultivation artifacts. If they could be activated successfully, they would definitely enhance his cultivation greatly. The problem is I need a girl to pair up with. If I find someone else, what if Master finds out? Then what if I dual cultivate with Master? Just thinking about it makes me excited. But Master is a boss-level cultivator. Even swords and blades can't hurt them a bit. I just wonder if that area is also tempered glass. What a coincidence. His master, who was behind him, heard this sentence, seriously questioning Liran what a tempered film is. Liran quickly got up to explain. It's a kind of monster whose body is as hard as steel. Very inconspicuous. Master, you needn't worry. Actually, Master's true intention isn't the wine. He came over to inquire about Lai Ran's relationship with the junior sister, because the old Lai Ran would never have helped others out of the blue. How could he know that Lai Ran had traveled here from another world? He had to turn over a new leaf. But in order to maintain his original persona, he shifted the focus to the Ulu Hall and the Master. Ever since he broke up with the Master, Lu Daiwan has an undeniable responsibility. Moreover, I am already someone important to my Master. While warming others, you also warm yourself. The words directly pierced my Master's heart. Both hands nervously clutched at my chest. My right atrium pounded wildly. The initial feelings of jealousy had long been cast aside. I see that your cultivation has stagnated and made no breakthroughs. Master is here to help you break through. Just like you were tutoring your junior sister just now. Lai Ran was completely dumbfounded. Why didn't you play by the rules? I surrendered, okay. But the Master was a little clever ghost. Immediately he shyly turned around. He acted cute in a coy and bashful manner. If you admit defeat, I won't pay attention to you, humph. Lai Ran was completely speechless. It seems like I can't win against this little girl today. I'll just have to force my way through. The duel soon began. The condition for victory was to touch the body of the coin master. Facing a master who was stronger than him, Lai Ran knew he couldn't win by force. He had to use his wit, so he used various cruel and illusionary techniques to confuse his master. But his master countered each one. However, in the end, he didn't notice. One palm strike leaving Lai Ran limp on the ground. Unconscious. Seeing this, Master quickly scooped up Ran and carefully tended to the wound. The next second, Lai Ran suddenly opened his eyes and then reached out to touch the steamed bun Master had bought him for breakfast. Master, I touched you. I win, but something feels off about this area. The Master's face immediately darkened. The man was utterly panicked. He looked at his own uncontrollably shaking hand. He wondered what to do. He couldn't possibly say that the larger the more powerful the yin energy, because the Master's is too large. Let my hand lose control. Now there's no better way to use force. I can only act shamelessly. Quine immediately hugged the Master's calf tightly, squeezing out a few tears of the highest level. To show that it wasn't an intentional offense, it was simply an unintentional act. Seeing this situation, the Master could only shyly nod. Although there was a hint of doubt in his heart, what could be done about it? I have already established a relationship with Ranner. Although it was a bit early, but it's also something that had to happen sooner or later. In order to ease the awkward atmosphere, the Master immediately helped Lai Ran up. He expressed that he was willing to lose this match. He would fulfill one of his requests, as long as it's not too excessive. Then with a sound, the old man returned to the woods. The Master shyly leaned against the tree, her small hand nervously gripping her chest. However, whether it was right or wrong, she didn't dare attack anyone. What conditions will he propose? What if his demands are too much? What should I do? Is this moving too fast? It seems that dating is also troublesome, but it brings feelings I've never experienced before. Within the sect, another woman is also infatuated with Lai Ran. That person is the maidservant Xing. Xing saw Lai Ran return. Without a word, he boiled hot water to help she bathe and change clothes. Xing looked puzzled at this moment, because if it were the previous saint's son, he would have beaten him up long ago. But now he's unusually gentle. He's even showering him with kindness. This made Xing a little uncomfortable. Lai Ran seemed to hear Xing's thoughts. Ignoring his naked body, he exploded out of the bathtub. Stand up quickly. Don't kneel down so easily. Some dignity. But Xing kept her eyes closed. She didn't dare to make a sound. Finally, Lai Ran noticed something was wrong. He ran out naked. I need help. So shy. After changing clothes, Lai Ran sat next to Xing. Then he took out a large sum of money from his pants pocket and gave it to Xing. This money is enough for you to live comfortably for the rest of your life. You don't have to be afraid of me anymore. You are But after hearing this, Xing knelt down. Tears welled up and streamed down from the corners of his eyes. He asked in confusion, why was he being abandoned? Xing? Had Xing done something wrong? Lai Ran looked indifferent. What is going on here? The more you hit him, the more he likes it. Does Xing have inappropriate feelings for me? I don't want to leave. I want to stay. Seeing this, Lai Ran could only helplessly take back his words, and said that he could stay. Xing, upon hearing this, joyfully hugged Lai Ran. She was overjoyed. But in the next moment she became despondent again, because she doesn't want to be a useless person forever. She wants to cultivate and grow stronger to protect the Saint Lord. Lai Ran naturally understood the girl's thoughts. He immediately rubbed 2 energy balls in his palm, planning to give them to her. But then he suddenly remembered that these 2 balls could only work at their full potential through dual cultivation. Quan was wrong when he argued with Xing. It was explained that although this talent is suitable for dual cultivation, it doesn't necessarily require dual cultivation. But from the perspective of talent and cultivation progress, it's the best in the world. But Xing doesn't care about cultivation progress at all. When he heard dual cultivation, his eyes lit up. He expressed a million grievances. Lai Ran was also left speechless. This girl is hopeless. With the injection of 2 energy balls, Xing's body underwent subtle changes. The next second, he gently slid down his collar, revealing tender. Liren was both shy and confused. Aksin, what are you doing? The man recorded his confession to his junior sister on the video recorder. But by a twist of fate, it ended up in the hands of Zoe Bezin. The normally ascetic master surprisingly agreed without hesitation. She immediately turned into a lovesick girl. When meeting the elders, she was completely absent-minded. It could be said she had a sudden breakthrough in her cultivation. She didn't pay attention to what the elders said. In reality, it was because of the ominous events surrounding Liren. He was all nervous and restless. His mind was completely occupied with that. The elder, upon hearing this, was full of admiration. His eyes sparkled. The sect leader is already a supreme martial artist, yet he still diligently continues his cultivation, especially his ban on romantic affairs between men and women, which is truly a wise decision. I've always strictly adhered to the rules. That's why I was able to cultivate alone and end up with a head full of white hair. I will always follow the sect leader, no matter what. The master can only smile awkwardly, holding back his laughter. He weakly agrees with me. I wonder if the elder knows. I'm the first one in the entire sect to fall in love. Will he be furious? How? Then, the master used the reason of having a breakthrough in cultivation to strike the elder. At this moment, the young lady blocked the elder's path. She told him that the Holy Sun. The elder also responded with great urgency to the sect leader. He had just had a sudden realization. He needed some time to focus on his cultivation, to let the Holy Sun come another day. The master was flustered after hearing this. He raised a hand to stop the elder, this silly girl. He awkwardly said that it was his illusion just now. It wasn't some kind of sudden enlightenment. Quickly let the Holy Sun come in. In an instant, Liren had already arrived. Disciple has encountered a bottleneck in cultivation today. I specifically came to seek your guidance, master. You haven't finished speaking yet. But the master immediately pulled Liren and ran off. It's rare for you to be so thoughtful. Let me check your cultivation progress. The elder was speechless. 100,000 questions filled their mind. Something just feels off, but I can't quite pinpoint what the problem is. After returning to his room, Jiran immediately apologized. Although the match yesterday was won by the disciple, it was achieved by taking advantage of the master's concern for the disciple. I truly feel guilty, and I accidentally overstepped with the master. Hearing this, the master's face immediately turned red. He immediately interrupted Liren, saying that it was already in the past. Never mention it again. I didn't mean to blame you. You should think carefully about the conditions you want to propose. Of course, I've thought it through. I want to do some things that a couple should do with you, master. As soon as these words were spoken, master's already shy face turned even redder. Inside her heart was bursting with joy, because I remembered what the disciple said earlier about couples sleeping together. The usually strict master became shy at this moment, but the feelings are so passionate and intense, and they want to devour me so quickly. Are young people nowadays so bold? Unexpectedly, Liren even pressed further, saying that is to fulfill his duties as a boyfriend. He still wants to have a deep conversation with his master. After hearing this, the master could no longer sit still. His eyes were filled with tension. He couldn't even keep his little hand still. He subconsciously clenched it to his chest. How could such a thing be said so easily? But it's just too bad. Help, I really like this. But quickly talk myself out of it. This car is going too fast. I need a little more time to adjust. I immediately rejected Liren. Not now. It's too fat. This seat is your girlfriend. However, you don't need to rush. Liren could only turn away helplessly. What a sh... I went through so much trouble to grab 2 tickets for the lecture. Since you were not going, master, I'll have to give them to someone else. Master with a face full of attitude, what tickets? So you were planning to invite me to the lecture just now? Master quickly composed himself and said that he could accompany me instead. I can't why I'm so excited inside. That's great, I'm going on a date. This is my first date with Ran. No wonder he went out of his way to welcome me yesterday. It turns out it was for today's date. How thoughtful of him. He's so bad I really like it. Soon the two of them arrived and took their seats. Listening to the soaring notes, the two chatted happily, like lovers in the throes of passion. Suddenly a missing persons call came from downstairs. The old woman Du Luding hasn't been wanted for 100 years. She doesn't even allow her disciples to date. What a psychopath. Lion immediately frowned. He was about to teach those who spoke ill of him a lesson, but his master stopped him. To deal with such a greedy ant, I only need a thought. There's no need for you to do it yourself. Master, you don't understand. This is fulfilling the duty of a righteous friend. Hearing you say that makes me very happy. There are so many people gossiping about me. X, do you think you can kill them all? Lion, however, said seriously. I'll kill one if I encounter one. Until they're all dead. Let's see who dares to talk nonsense. The master's heart skipped a beat. I misspoke. My dear friend, that's more like it. If it weren't for master being so understanding, I would have already killed them. What do you mean old and ugly? There is no woman more beautiful than the world-honored one in this world. The world-honored one has been single for a century. It's because of those ordinary mortals. You don't deserve to be by their side at all. The master's face turned even redder. Their small hands subconsciously tightened on their chest. But really they were too good at this. A full sense of security. To avoid ruining the mood with those people, the two of them went outside to have some sugar figurines. Playing outside when they were young, she always picks the ones that look like heroic figures. It seems like she thinks eating them will make her become a great hero herself. Then if I eat this one, won't I become a fairy? Master's already a fairy. There's no need to transform. Oh, Master, was the candy person delicious? That's the last one on the tray. Just try it yourself and you'll know. This sugar figurine is even sweeter than the ones I had before. Besides being sweet, it also has Master's scent. You're such a glutton. You're so spoiled. I had a very happy day today. Truly every day with Master is a happy one. Smooth talker. I meant not talking to you anymore. I'm gonna rest now. The two of them spent a wonderful day together. But at that moment Lyran suddenly showed a strange smile. Cause just now the system issued a mission. The mission was to kill young Master Wang, who had just insulted the Master. It's only the first day after the date. The Master asked the closed disciple why he knew about dating and needed to listen to the candy seller. The disciple lied and said he read it in a book. After all, there was a sect prohibition against love, so he couldn't say it was from personal experience. The Master asked seriously, last time you said you were in a relationship. Besides dating, did you also eat candy? Besides these, what else can two people do together? The next second, the disciple shyly raised their face, blushing. Of course, it's sleeping together. The Buddha equally flustered. What is... I mean, besides this, is there anything else? The disciple, having regained their senses, was shocked and said to the sect leader, there's nothing that can foster feelings more than meditation, but there's one way. Is to start with physical contact. For example, holding hands. The words embarrassed and shy were written all over the Master's face. Their eyes involuntarily drifted to the ground. Alright, I got it. You can push it now. But before I even stepped out of the door, Master wrote the two characters "thousand hands" in his love dive. He fell deeply into a passionate love, unable to extricate himself, but just a few steps later, I heard a clattering noise coming from the kitchen. When I opened the door, I was shocked to find that the sect leader was cooking. I dropped my jaw in surprise. What is going on here? Sect leader, weren't you just in your room? How did you suddenly appear here? But he didn't respond to my surprise. Instead, he handed me the dark dish. He asked if I wanted to try it. I looked at it with a face full of disdain. Pointing at the dark, murky thing, they asked the sect leader in confusion. What kind of soup is this? Are you sure this is drinkable? The Master still showed a serious expression. This is primarily made from thunderstrike eagle meat, with various precious spirit fruits simmered together. It has the effect of nourishing the meridians. Although it seems a bit different from a medicinal elixir, the disciple smiled and signaled to the sect leader. If you want to eat something, why not just tell me? Why go through the trouble of doing it yourself? The Master feigned calmness and said this was part of cultivation. But deep down, their heart was already overflowing with joy. They really wanted to personally make a bowl of soup, to be a virtuous and considerate partner. 2 days later, the Master sent for Lyran. After entering, Lyran immediately noticed something was wrong. He immediately picked up the book in the Master's hand and turned it over. Master, you're holding the book upside down. But the Master proudly declared, Humph, this Master likes reading this way. Is that not okay? Lyran, after hearing that, my face is full of joy. My Master is truly extraordinary. They are so... Humph, you're just teasing me. You're so naughty. There's no one else here. Don't pretend to be so proper. Master, does that mean I'm improper in private? The Master did not respond to him. Instead, he took his hand and led him to a room. When you get there, you'll understand. The cold-hearted Master who ruled the martial world actually fell in love with a man. But the man is nothing but handsome. The Master, now completely smitten, doesn't care about that. She immediately went to the kitchen herself and prepared a Manchuan imperial feast to win the man's favor. Seeing how thoughtful the Master was, Lyran immediately took the Master's hand and said softly, Master, you are so good to me. I love you, Master. My heart is about to jump out. I actually held hands with Ran. What should I do? I'm so shy. The next moment, Lyran's actions went straight to the Master's heart. Anything the Master does is delicious. Master, please. Master's heart skipped a beat as she opened her mouth. After a moment, she slowly parted her lips, but Yuri's still holding my hand. Upon hearing this, also pretended to panic and let go, but the Master lied. Muttering softly with pursed lips, she said, actually, holding hands while eating is fine too. As long as you don't mind me. Lyran also showed a proud smile. It seems I can't be honest without using a few tricks. The Master wouldn't honestly agree without them. As soon as these words were spoken, the Master immediately looked shocked. It was a soul-searching question. That day you'd rather die than not confess to me. What is it about me that attracts you? Lyran couldn't possibly say the truth. Back then, when you threw me off the cliff, I had lost my cultivation and could only rely on myself. I had no choice but to accept fate. I then said it was because my Master was so good-looking. Especially your eyes. They are as beautiful and captivating as a galaxy. But this is obviously not the answer most girls have in mind. The Master with a puzzled look asked, apart from that, is there nothing else? Of course, there's definitely more than just that. Master, aside from your beauty, your curvaceous figure is also amazing. These words were spoken. Yuvi completely pissed off the master. With an angry expression, she questioned Lai Ran. So your feelings for me are really this shallow? Even though I'm a heavenly realm expert, I can stay young forever. When my appearance and figure are no longer the same, will you still treat me this well? But Lai Ran just acted as if he had plenty of room to maneuver. The calm and composed appearance of a person is a visual cloud of power. What attracts me to my master is naturally their appearance. But if you ask what I like most about my master, it's of course how serious they are when teaching, how calm they are when listening, how cute they are when eating tangerine, how lovable they are when they re-stubborn. And my master is both reliable and gentle, both cool and cute. She's the most beautiful fairy in the world. After these few actions, Master has completely fallen for love and become a lovesick girl. Immediately, she shyly didn't dare to look up. Seeing this, Lian also used his final trump card. Lian gently lifted Master's small hand, gently stroking. Master's hand is so soft and fragrant. After hearing this, Master just wants to find a hole to hide in. But you're really too naughty. I won't talk to you, Hef. But Lai Ran showed no intention of stopping. He asked Master, I've called you Master for over 10 years. I think it's time to use a different title. How about calling you Yaxin? The Master shyly nodded after hearing that. You're the first one to call me that. But then this guy Lai Ran started to push his luck. I've already called you Yaxin. You should change how you address me too. How about calling me your husband from now on? The Master nervously closed her eyes. He kept saying no. No, this is so embarrassing. No. But Lai Ran pretended to be angry. He turned away. Meaning if you don't call me, I won't pay attention to you either. The Master had no choice. I could only reluctantly force a smile. But before I could finish speaking, someone pushed the door open. The two of them were shocked and turned around to see who it was. It turned out to be the elder who had been single for 250 years. Because he had always adhered to the sect's ban on love, he had thus reached a supreme state of being a single dog, for the sake of the flowers. That's not the focus right now. Because of the fear that their affair would be exposed, the clever master quickly came up with an excuse. However, recently he's been busy with cultivation, and has made significant progress. I was worried his foundation was unstable, so I called him here to rest and recuperate. The elder, upon hearing this, was stunned. It's only been 2 days since we last met. The Holy Sun is already stunned. The speed of cultivation recently is truly incredible. Lai Ran, with a helpless expression, can only nod in agreement. It's all thanks to Master's guidance. Then with a snap of his fingers, Cao Lao indicated that he had urgent matters to attend to. The sect's trial is about to begin. In previous years, a senior disciple always led the team. I wonder if the sect leader has someone in mind. Before the Master could speak, Lai Ran quickly volunteered to lead the team this year. Both of them showed a hint of surprise, because since Lai Ran entered the sect, he has never concerned himself with these trivial matters. But Lai Ran insisted on going with unwavering determination. It's because he must go down the mountain to cancel the childhood betrothal arranged by his elders. He was troubled as he had no chance before. Now the opportunity has arrived. Seeing how determined the saint child is, the elder felt it was best not to say more, so he left immediately. However, the master beside them became upset. You never used to take charge. Why are you so proactive now? Is there something you're hiding from me? Lai, upon hearing this, first sighed, then looked at his master with a gentle expression. I have nothing but sincere feelings for both of my masters. Heaven and earth can bear witness. How could anything be wrong with her? Then she immediately put on a different expression. To be honest, I occasionally miss home. I've been away for over 10 years, and the times I've returned home are few and far between. I want to take this opportunity to visit home. After hearing this, my master felt deeply ashamed. It seems I have wronged you. I thought you were avoiding me. Lai Ran also felt guilty. Master truly trusts me unconditionally, but I've lied to Chi time and time again. I really shouldn't have. Then he gently lifted Master's hand and said with a slight smile, I will definitely return soon. I'm looking forward to the second meeting with the World-Honored One. The World-Honored One blushed slightly and nodded, humming softly. You're quite the dreamer. Seeing the World-Honored One's mood improve, Lai Ran launched the next round of his attack on Yanner. Before I leave, could you grant me a small wish? Call me husband? Just listen. That single dog ruined our good fortune. The master hadn't reacted yet. She squeezed out a few sincere tears. This small wish is probably going to be unfulfilled. The master suddenly felt a mix of emotion, but in the end emotion overcame reason. She took a deep breath, then shyly she shouted at Lai Ran, husband. Husband? Husband? Before Lai Ran could react, Zun slipped away from the scene. Lai Ran then showed a loving smile. My master is so sweet. Initially, Ran received a sect mission to go down the mountain. After meeting, the two looked at each other. Don't be so gloomy. The girl worried she would become ugly. A wave of sadness washed over her. Axing felt uncomfortable thinking about not seeing Shengzi for so many days. He often felt this way. But this situation was nothing to Li Yuan, a veteran in love. It meant nothing to him. He immediately showed a languid smile. Here's a head pat. It's not like I'm not coming back. You need to work hard on your cultivation during this time. Don't slack off. The girl smiled gently. She nodded. Axing will work. As long as I can reach the foundation establishment stage, I can cultivate with the Son of God. Axing won't disappoint the Son of God. The words speechless were written on Lyran's face. Apart from cultivating with me, can't you have some other ambitions? But the girl shyly shook her head. Aside, I really don't have any other aspirations. Cultivating with the Son of God is Axing's lifelong wish. Lyran was also speechless and lowered his head. He then set off. But before he had walked very far in the courtyard, he received a letter from the coin master. He opened. The image of his master immediately appeared in the sky. The master lovingly said, I have urgent matters to attend to, so I cannot personally see you off. Be careful. Come back early. I'll have a surprise for you when you return. Also, boys need to learn to protect themselves when they're out. Don't mess around. Otherwise, I won't talk to you. Remember, think of me every day. Lord Lyuan was immediately filled with a warm sensation in his heart. I used to tease my master. I never expected that this time my master would tease me back. How my master is too sweet. If this continues, I'll get diabetes. Suddenly, a shout interrupted this warm atmosphere. I couldn't help but look. It turned out to be my junior sister. Looking at the scene before him, the demonic beast in the late stage of Kwai refining did not make a move. Lyran not act, because this was their vow. The junior sister took action and quickly dealt with several demonic beasts. But for them who had just entered the Ki refining stage, it was clearly still a bit of a struggle. At the critical moment, Lyran made a move. He merely tapped the demonic beast's forehead, and the beast exploded and died. To maintain his cool image, he immediately left with Xiaoju, leaving behind only a pile of flowers. The girls were speechless. The Holy Son is not only handsome, but also so powerful. He truly is everyone's ideal man. I love you, Holy. However, little Karami on the side wasn't happy. What a show-off. He could have appeared from the start, but he had to wait until the last moment to make his move. As soon as these words were spoken, the girl's expression immediately turned sore. Are you talking about Lord Saint's words? She instantly switched from her gentle and cute image to that of a witch of the night. Lord Saint saved our lives? Not only are you ungrateful to her, but you even slander her? You are truly heartless and ungrateful. Junior brother still wants to make excuses, but the junior sisters gave them this chance. They immediately got scared and left. Then they quickly switched back to being gentle and cute. They pulled a spiritual fruit out from their underwear. They claimed it could quench thirst, but Lion saw through it at a glance. This girl's cloud energy machine is impure. She immediately rejected her. Seeing the plan fail, the junior sister had no choice but to take back the spiritual fruit in her hand. She thanked Jian and expressing her gratitude to the Holy Son for saving her. Otherwise, I really might have died there. Actually, I know that although the Holy Sun appears cold on the surface, but actually it's a very warm gesture. We all understand your kind intentions. I will work hard to improve. I will strive to cultivate alongside the Holy Sun. I will not let you down. Lyran was speechless after hearing this. Why are the girls nowadays all so out of their minds? They all want everything handed to them. You already have a master. Why are you still trying to stick around? You really will be rejected. Later, Lyran put them through a brutal training session. An hour and a half later, Lyran arrived by evening. Everyone set up camp and rested right there. Meanwhile, there was a girl in the forest, running towards Lyran and the others. Upon a closer look, it turned out the girl was being chased by a bear demon. Everyone immediately recognized her as the female demon beast from the 7th Golden Core stage. The children were frantic, but they quickly reassured themselves, saying, "Don't be afraid. We have the Holy Sun." Also lying is, but he's not afraid of the demon beasts. He's worried that the girl in front of him might bring the demon beasts, causing casualties among the junior sisters. As expected, when the demon beasts arrived at our camp, they locked their gaze on the little junior sister. The demon beast raised its hand, ready to teach the junior sister a lesson. At the critical moment, Lyran pulled out a spear and fiercely stabbed it into the demon beast's back. Then he yanked it hard. Accompanied by a flash of golden light, the demon beast collapsed, unable to rise again. At this moment, everyone finally let out the breath they were holding. They praised Lyran to the heavens. The junior sister beside him wouldn't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity slip by. She immediately leaned against Lyran's chest and pretended to be sick. She was so scared just now. I was really worried about you. Lyran was at a loss for words when he saw this. At a time like this, she still did forget to take advantage of me. When the little junior sister was sent flying with a single kick, "Get out of the way," she witnessed Lyran's strength. The girl quickly thanked him and asked if he could take her along, since she had lost her cultivation. And it was hard to survive in this land full of demonic beasts. Lyran shook it. She claimed to be burdened with keys. The next second, the girl tugged at Lyran's sleeve. With a pitiful look, she said, "I know where the ancient emperor's legacy is about to be unlocked. You've been kind to me, so I'm not worthy to bargain with you. But this legacy is very important to me." But just at that moment, the system suddenly issued a task. "Please, host, find a way to enter the inheritance." Given the pitiful appearance of the system and the girl, Lyran eventually softened and agreed. But what he didn't know was, This girl was the one he was about to break off his engagement with. I had originally planned to study Japanese culture properly. I accidentally transmigrated to another world. I was mistaken for the reincarnation of the demon emperor, and I had to spread the seed of life. I pushed the girl away and said, "You must have the wrong person. I can't possibly be the reincarnation of the demon emperor." Jiki reluctant began to explain. Only those with the immortal J-sacred body have the ability to unlock the 9 provinces Beast Girl collection. Can't be wrong. Am I not worthy of your favor? I thought about it carefully. They've already said it to this point. What am I still afraid of? Let's die then, bring it on. Otherwise am I even a man? But still, please be gentle this time. It's like right before the paid content, but then a pop-up from the app suddenly takes away Jiki. I was furious and about to tear this damn book apart. I'd already taken off my pants. What do you mean? Little Yellow Book anxiously shouted. Do you know what the consequences of driving now would be? I was completely scared by this sentence and had no power to retort. Little Yellow Book explained again. In this world, the source of all power is called Jit, while normal people need Excel to obtain it. But you have a divine body that can absorb energy anytime, anywhere. Then, you process it within your body and bestow it upon the Beast Girl. Simply put, you're a cheat engine. But you just arrived in this Juzhou land and haven't refueled yet. Forcing it now will lead to your demise from exhaustion. I can't drive, but I can destroy this Little Yellow Book. Quickly tell me what kind of demon you are and who you are. Confess quickly. The Little Yellow Book then said, the demon emperor's sudden death has caused turmoil within the clan. The human and demon races seized the opportunity to suddenly strike. Countless demons were brutally massacred. In order to preserve the lineage, the demon queen sealed 15 beast girls within me. Then she opened a time-space portal and sent me to Earth. I quietly waited for the demon king's reincarnation. I feel like this isn't some demon king. This is just an emotionless gigolo. The Little Yellow Book also advised me not to be pessimistic. The 15 beast girls have been carefully selected. They are not ordinary characters. Each one will offer you a unique CJ experience. There are not only chickens, foxes, and rabbits, but also tigers, bears, and even lizards. When I heard that, I quickly stopped them. What are these things? Can I back out now? I refuse. There's integration. I didn't expect this crappy book to threaten me into signing a contract. If I back out, they'll release them and tear you apart. I'm such an idiot. I accidentally released countless monster girls, and they didn't show any gratitude. Instead, they dragged me down into an endless abyss. It all started when the bookstore owner forced me to buy a book with a lot of cute little characters. I excitedly returned home. I prepared tissues and was ready to embark on a big moment in life. Then, in a flash of golden light, countless 3D characters appeared, and together they shouted, "My lord, the emperor." Then I was sucked into the book. When I woke up, I found myself in a strange world. I realized I had entered a strange body. Fortunately, I had the original owner's memories. It turns out his name was Lin Sing, 18 years old, just like me. I learned that this place was a world called Juju, a Beast Master cultivation world, because the original owner of this body came from a poor family. I couldn't even afford tuition, so I had to climb over walls to eavesdrop on lectures. One day, I unfortunately ran into the city lord's son plotting something wicked. Of course, I didn't believe that nonsense, but the city lord's guards chasing me made me believe it. I had no choice but to make a contract with this Little Yellow Book to summon a beast girl as a bodyguard. I randomly drew a beast spirit possessing the chaotic fire, a human form named Jiki. But the little guy behind me thought I had stolen the beast girl. He was preparing to rob her back and deliver her to the city lord. Then Jiki stepped on one foot and unleashed countless flames attacking them. Even I got caught in the blast. I couldn't help but exclaim, "Incredible, looks like I can walk around here without fear from now on." But I never expected that this beast girl would have ulterior motives toward me. This man, along with his husky, was about to attack me. But the next second, he was kneeling and begging a girl for mercy. Then he wanted to show off in front of the girl, show his prowess and attack me. Unexpectedly, the girl was unmoved by him and took a liking to me. Just now, while I was discussing beast girls with the Little Yellow Book, I was ambushed by a hidden sword, almost hitting my kidneys. It turned out to be the city lord's son, Liu Dadiao, who returned with his 2-star source beast. I urgently shouted, "Quickly release Jiki, I fear they'll kill her." But the Little Yellow Book said, "Let me handle this battle myself. I've always been a good child, never fought a battle before." Before I could finish being surprised, the opponent's spirit beast attacked me. Liu Dao even told me to hand over the source beast. It turns out she came for Jiki. There was no time to dodge, so I could only instinctively throw a punch. I didn't expect that punch to send the opponent's source beast flying. The Little Yellow Book laughed proudly. "You've only absorbed for an hour, and yet you were already this strong." But the next second, I'm trapped by a group of little Gagus, using a 4-star snake lock formation. The villainous Liu Dao, who's petty and cowardly, is about to step in for the kill. At this moment, a woman's shout is heard, which scares Liu Dao and his second husky. It turns out to be the master's daughter, Cheng Miao Miao. I thought Liu Dadiao was bullying his classmates again. Liu Dadiao explained that he hadn't laid a hand on anyone. Then, seeing that he couldn't justify himself, he knelt down and begged for mercy. At this time, Qing Miao Miao realized I wasn't a classmate. She then scolded Liu Dadiao, saying that even if I were a stranger, he shouldn't bully people at will. I felt my chance had come. I just needed to make a good impression in front of Qing Miao Miao. Maybe he can enter the Taoist hall to study Jeff. He then forcefully threw Xiao Gago away. He charged at Liu Dao and his husky. With just a little force, he sent them into an res combo. Then I was taken into the Taoist hall by Qing Miao Miao. Miao Miao couldn't wait to run in front of her father. She said I found a treasure. I found a boy with innate strength. I effortlessly took down Liu Dao and Erha. But Master Qing Feng still couldn't quite believe it. At that moment, the city lord Liu Tiju came to my door. He came seeking revenge for his son being beaten. Just then I yelled, "Don't pull down my pants, let go of me." I'm such an idiot. Unintentionally, I released 15 beast girls from the book. And these beast girls just want to drain my energy every day. I was threatened and couldn't return the goods. I could only fight back bravely. Just as I fantasized about future achievements, Jiki ran out of the book and threw herself on me. She shouted, "I can't wait any longer. There's no one around now, we can begin, right?" But I didn't summon her. How did you get out? The little yellow book said that as long as the beast girl has been summoned, my binding power on her is reduced by half. Since your energy is too strong right now, I can't control her anymore. Then she warned me. Actually, your energy isn't even enough to make a dent in her right now. You must hold yourself together. But unexpectedly, Ji wouldn't stop until she achieved her goal and intensified her assault. Just then, Liu Dadiao's father came to seek revenge, interrupting Jiki. I took this opportunity to pull up my pants and stumbled out of the room. The city lord wanted to say a few more words to me, but at that moment, because I hadn't pulled up my pants properly, they fell down again, blinding his eye. So he directly released his source beast to kill me. His source beast was a 4-star Conrenyi Da Lang. Jiki also walked out of the room. She said, "Dare to ruin my plans? A small Da Lang, just wait to die." The city lord also chuckled. "It seems you really do have a humanoid source beast." Then Daling and Jiki began to fight. Because Jiki had been trapped in the book for too long, she was a bit rusty in combat. She accidentally had her clothes torn by Daling. This really angered her. Jiki inhaled deep and then unleashed a massive blast of fire at Daling. But the city lord is dishonorable. He circled behind Jiki, preparing to ambush her. How can I allow this? I stepped forward and punched the city lord in the waist. Then I grabbed Jiki, declaring that no one dares touch my woman. The moment those words left my lips, Jiki's heart was pounding. I provoked the city lord again. Bring it on. The city lord is shameless, using his own skew-breaking heaven hammer. Once activated, no one can stop it. Instant death. Seeing the danger, the hall master immediately leaped forward to stop the city lord. But it was too late. The city lord was already flying towards me. I used all my strength to prepare for this blow. I'm such an idiot. I never intended to release countless monster girls from the book, but they were ungrateful and dragged me into an endless abyss. The book contains all sorts of amazing adventures. It's 100 times more exciting than studying at home. At that moment, a girl with tears in her eyes shouted, "You despicable villain, you deserve to die. I've been single for 18 years, never seen anything like this." But her temper is really something. No, wait, it's not just her temper, it's huge, way too big. The girl sees me being so shameless and immediately throws out an ice-type beast. She's trying to freeze me solid, since she's also a day-type. This whole mess is actually all thanks to the little yellow book. It all started when I was recently attacked by the city lord seeking revenge. He used a one-hit kill ultimate move and embedded me in the wall. But I have a sacred body and a protagonist's halo, so what could he do to me? However, Jiki's hug hurt me quite a bit. What was that feeling? It was so soft, I was about to suffocate from being pressed. But Jiki said she didn't get anything. How did it end so quickly? The hallmaster also sent envious glances. Well, this young man, injured like this and still flirting. Based on the principle of if you can't beat them, join them. He immediately changed his expression and said, "Kid, you'll study here from now on. All expenses will be covered by me, the city lord." Then he kicked his precious son away. It seems he's not his biological son. Mayami also found it strange. "Father, city lord, why did he suddenly change his attitude?" The hallmaster said, "The city lord is insidious and cunning. Don't trust him." The next day, the leader wanted to know the source of the humanoid source beasts from me again. But how should I explain it? Should I say I got it from little Huang's place? Who would believe that? Then the leader saw I was unwilling to reveal the truth, and said there was one more thing he hoped I wouldn't refuse. The martial arts competition between the 6 regions is about to start, and we've been at the bottom every year. I immediately thought, isn't this just like a dungeon run? I casually asked, is there any reward? Patang Joy firmly stated that if we win, we would all be proud of you. Back in the room, a herd of grass mud horses was galloping in my mind. Little Yellow Book punched me, trying to wake me up and get me to straighten up. But the force was too strong, and I ended up getting embedded in the wall. Looking up, I saw an indescribable scene. This all came too suddenly. There's not enough time, so I'll have to break it down in the next episode. I'm such an idiot. I unintentionally released countless monster girls from the book, but instead of being grateful, they pulled me into an endless abyss. The book is full of all kinds of strange adventures. It's 100 times more intense than studying at home. I saw the scene with BCJ. Mayo, who was bathing at the time, was also startled and frozen. Then, with tears in her eyes, she chased after me. You're such a bastard, you deserve to die. I've been single for 18 years. I've never seen anything like this. But her temper is really something. No, wait, it's not just something, it's really bad, way too bad. The girl saw how shameless I was. She immediately threw an ice-type source beast at me. Countless icicles formed into sharp points and charged at me. I had no choice but to shout for Jiki to find somewhere to take cover. This double whammy of ice in heaven, I can't take it. After escaping behind a tree, I shivered uncontrollably from the cold. I lamented that this girl's attack was truly too harsh, and at this time, Jiki wanted to make things even worse. She actually wanted to have some exercise with me to warm up. Fortunately, Mayo appeared at this moment and interrupted Jiki. She was interrupted and got angry, releasing flames. The flames blocked the ethereal cold ice. She then said, "What's the big deal about just taking a look? If my emperor wishes, I'll satisfy him every day." But she didn't notice the incoming attack from behind. Luckily, I immediately reached out to block the attack for her. Excited, Jay even wanted to offer herself to repay me. Mayo was even angrier seeing such shameless behavior from the two, but I didn't notice that the ground was covered in ice shards. My foot slipped and I fell. An indescribable scene appeared. I think I saw something purple, which also shocked me. Kneeling on the ground, I felt both embarrassed and angry. I was certain I must have seen it. I could only pretend to be innocent. Actually, I have night blindness, so I can't see anything at night. Because this reason is too far-fetched. She launched another attack. This time she really wanted to kill me. I was about to leave my last words when a voice shouted, "Stop." Maya's father appeared and interrupted our little drama. The girl saw her father arrive and immediately started to complain. The master told Meow to go back inside and put on some clothes. Then he said, "I saw everything that just happened," and gave me a murderous look. "Now do you have anything else to say?" I helplessly had to admit defeat. I couldn't exactly say it was the adult book that drove me into the wall. Then I realized something was wrong. Since he saw everything, it means he's going to use this to his advantage. I'm done. He's got me completely in his grasp. I'm such an idiot. I unintentionally released countless monster girls from the book, but they're ungrateful. They just want to drain me dry every day. My treasures, I can't handle them alone. Quickly leave your dog heads and join the battle. Not long ago, because I absorbed too much spiritual energy during my cultivation, I almost went into demonic possession. But these are all traps from those erotic books. They pretended to release Jiki to absorb my excess energy. The real intention was to secretly conspire with Jiki to take over my body. Jiki has been waiting for this moment for thousands of years. Then, revealing her true nature, she immediately pounced on me. After 91 minutes, I slowly opened my eyes. I felt a bit refreshed. Damn, why are my clothes gone? At that time, I hadn't noticed yet. Jake was also as refreshed as I was. "Your Majesty, your clothes are here with me. Are you out of your mind?" I'm completely dumbfounded. "Why did your clothes disappear?" Jake replied, "It's gone. Weren't my clothes torn to shreds by your roughness? Why did you turn against me before even pulling up your pants?" It's over. I broke into the girls' dorm in the middle of the night, more braced than blessings. My die count is just gone like that. More importantly, I have no memory of it at all. It's like someone else did all this. Jiki shakily stood up at this time. Her legs were so weak, she started stepping on her own feet. Then she fell into my arms again. I asked, concerned, what happened. Jiki said, "You're just pretending to ask when you already know. Next time, when I recover, I'll make your legs go weak again." She then began to glow all over. She turned into a jade pendant hanging on my chest. The little yellow book explained that she had already made a pact with you. From now on, she won't be under my control anymore. At that moment, I heard movement behind me. Then I jumped right off the cliff. Exawanshu was so scared, he thought I was going to kill myself. It turned out to be Yangmo from Huaiwu County. He was attracted by the sound of the fight. Miao and the giant eagle arrived at the scene. They thought I had already been killed. Yangmo was also a ruthless person, and he didn't want to waste words with them. He immediately released his two source beasts, a 4-star tenacious hedgehog and a 5-star blazing finch. Miao and Dadia weren't to be outdone, and also released their own source beasts. They then discussed their attack strategy. Yangmo let out a sinister smile. The firebird then proceeded to burn its own hedgehog, shocking everyone present. Their own team started attacking each other. This is M looking for a frog to play with because it's ugly. I'm such a big fool, unknowingly releasing countless monster girls from the book. But they don't know gratitude. They only want to drain me dry every day. Babies, I can't handle them alone. Quick, leave a dog head emoji and sign up to join the battle. Not long ago, the little yellow book and Jiki made plans together. Jiki finally fulfilled her 1,000-year wish, but she couldn't handle it after absorbing too much. It was a bit too much for her. I felt completely drained, my legs trembling. It was hard to even get up and walk. After 91 minutes of fighting, the noise we made was so loud that it caught the attention of Yang Mo from Huayu County, who came to check it out. But he only ran into Meow Meow and the Big Eagle, who were also coming to watch. The three of us disagreed and ended up fighting each other. Yang Mo pulled off all kinds of steer moves, leaving Meow Meow and the Big Eagle completely stunned. They had never seen two different types of source beasts stack buffs on each other like that. In an instant, the silly husky-like Great Eagle was beaten to a pulp. Meow Meow's Ice Elemental Beast was also completely suppressed by the opponent's Fire Elemental Beast combination. Seeing how easily they were defeated, Yang Mo started to taunt them. But the Great Eagle actually proved reliable for once. It tried to hold the enemy back to allow Meow Meow to escape and send a message. But how could a winged creature outrun the two-legged firebirds? The firebird instantly launched a flame attack, scorching the Great Eagle almost bald. Meow Meow and the Great Eagle were now trapped with nowhere to escape. I've had enough of this play, it's time to step out and act cool. Meow Meow saw my majestic entrance, and her happy expression started to twist. What are you two still standing there for? Hurry up and go get reinforcements. I can't help but admire how fast this big bird is at escaping. Yang Mo grinned and said, Kid, you were the one making such a racket, weren't you? That made me feel a little embarrassed. Dai is inexperienced, so don't make such a big deal out of it. Yang Mo's face immediately turned red with veins bulging. Are you mocking me, a single dog? I released two source beasts to attack me. I also released Jiki to fight back. I didn't expect that after just a short rest, Jiki's momentum completely recovered. Truly a source beast, Yang Mo was also shocked. He then took out a detection crystal. He thought to himself, if I can get a humanoid source beast, I might be able to stop being single. But in the next moment, she was slapped in the face. Jiki is now actually an 8-star beast. I was so stunned. When did you become 8-star? I didn't expect this fierce woman to start acting shy. She replied, it was just when I was about to sprint. Well, see, it only takes shot to increase 4 stars. So worth it. At this moment, Yang Mo's firebird couldn't take it anymore. It ignored its master's command and started spitting fire. Jiki's expression changed. You little flame. How dare you embarrass yourself in front of me? Then a fiery attack was launched as well. However, the flames from the two were not the same. Jiki's flames instantly flattened half of the mountain. At this moment, Yang Mo was scorched black all over, and he had lost his beast source. With tears of frustration, he ran home to find his mom. When the girl was about to challenge you to a K, but a little bear came along and wanted to join in. What does that feel like? After going through 81 rounds of battle with Jiki, Jiki has absorbed enough energy. Now she is an 8-star beast. With just one strike, she made her opponent flee in a hurry. At this moment, Yang Mo's heart was in turmoil. Even his once prized looks were now completely gone. This guy didn't even say goodbye. He's a real man. If he can't win, he runs. After resting, Jiki started acting coy again. Your Majesty, we're in the wilderness now, with no one around. I still want to absorb more energy. After so many times, it's like a floodgate opening. It's unstoppable. Oh, I can't do anything about you. I loosened my belt to show my agreement. At this moment, a 4-star source beast, an ironback bear, appeared behind them. A loud roar interrupted us. Jiki was interrupted and furious. You dare ruin my important business? She immediately threw a fireball at Little Bear. But Little Bear was completely unharmed. Unexpectedly, Little Bear was unscathed by an 8-star Jiki's attack. Xiao Huangshu explained that the opponent was Earth Elemental. It needs lightning or wood elemental attacks to be effective. But you can't handle more girls right now? But the ironback bear has one weakness, and that's right under its tail. So that's how it is. Jake, you focus on drawing aggro and keep its attention. Leave the attacking to me. I guarantee a one-hit kill. Just as the little bear was about to attack Jake, I jumped behind it. Then I followed up with a 1,000-year kill. All you could hear was a puff sound. The little bear instantly dropped dead. At this moment, the little bears watching from the sidelines huddled together, protecting their butts, trembling in fear. How so many bears? They re-sure to strike it rich. Meanwhile, inside the Lord's residence, the Great Eagle and Miao Miao are pleading for help from the Lord. But the Lord also seems conflicted. 2 months ago, Yang Mo was promoted to Deputy Lord of Huayu County, and his backer must be the Mansion Lord. If I go now, it'll ruin my future. There are only 3 possible outcomes. Die. If that kid loses, it will be a good way to deflate his arrogance. If he performs well in the martial arts competition, we stand to gain. D. If that kid gets killed, we can make a scene at the Lord's mansion. We can make a big profit. Either way, we benefit. The third possibility is if that kid wins, it will intimidate other counties. We still stand to gain. The Great Eagle retorted, but if he wins, won't that be a slap in the face to the Lord? The city lord laughed heartily. 3 years ago, the governor asked me to prepare 7,100 ironback bears to present to the king as guardian beasts. Now they have thrived and grown numerous. I'm presenting them all to the governor. Why would he be angry? At this time, a messenger turtle rushed in and reported that Linsing won, and City Lord, you don't need to capture the iron-backed bears anymore. The iron-backed bears of Great Bear Mountain, all of them were wiped out by that guy. Every single one of the little bears is gone. At this moment, the City Lord's heart is in turmoil, his soul is a shen. This man doesn't even realize how amazing he is. A single blow 1,000-year killed B Little Bear, and it still wasn't enough. He went on to wipe out every little bear on Big Bear Mountain. Quick everyone, at someone you want to destroy. The City Lord heard that not a single one of his little bears was left. After I was knocked out, I was burning with anxiety. I was utterly hopeless, commonly known as a mental breakdown. I called for countless famous doctors, but none could help. The old Chinese doctor said, to untie the knot, you must find the one who tied it. And just like that, Meow forcefully dragged me back. I complained I wasn't done blowing up yet, why drag me back? At that moment, the City Lord saw me return and immediately jumped up. With a fierce look, he said, kid, are you sick or something? The little bears I raised were doing fine, so why did you kill them all? I'm innocent too, the bear didn't even look like you. It didn't have a name on it. How was I supposed to know it was yours? The City Lord was even more enraged after hearing my explanation. I originally planned to use these bears to become Deputy Lord. Now they're all gone. Forget I'm too tired. Let it all in. At this moment, Meow stepped in heroically to save the day. Linsing could defeat Yangmo. She will definitely perform well in the 6 counties. The City Lord is getting more and more frustrated the more he thinks about it. The more he steps back, the more he feels like he's losing. Forget it, it's come to this. I can only try to settle it with a martial duel. It seems like you have some misunderstanding. I agreed to participate in the tournament, but I never promised BX would take die. I don't owe you anything. The big guy started to exaggerate. Look at this little arrogant one. Can you still handle it? At this moment, Zed's power is in my hands. I'm not in a hurry, we're all adults here. Stop dreaming. What's the benefit if I win the championship? The City Lord said a bounty of 10,000 taels. I'm not interested in money. The City Lord then said, Minnesota, I'm not interested in that much either. The City Lord, enraged, said, you don't even want money. Do you want to go to heaven? I want your ex-left Thunderbolt strike. Actually, the little yellow book told me beforehand. The City Lord would use the Lub clan's ultimate skill, Thunderbolt strike. And this Jeff is exactly what I need right now. Taking this opportunity, BX got hold of it. At this moment, the City Lord was also startled. How do you know the Thunderstrike technique? It's a secret that even my son doesn't know. I can't exactly say it was from a pornographic book, right? However, the City Lord wasn't buying it at all. The Thunderstrike technique is a family heirloom passed down in his family for generations, not to be shared with outsiders. I replied, then let's become sworn brothers. Then I'm not an outsider. At this time, the Divine Tortoise R came to announce the 7-county martial arts competition for this year. This year's champion will be promoted to deputy governor. Suddenly, everyone fell silent. At this time, the eagle excitedly said, Father, quickly give me the Benleju, I will definitely win. The governor was no longer stingy and laughed happily. During this time, you must practice well with your second uncle. I even ended up getting a big gain for free. Ever since I saw Meow naked while she was taking a bath, her IQ has been plummeting. She actually used a water-type source beast to attack a lightning-type source beast. Does she also want to drain all my energy like Jiki did? Girls, Meow can stay. Who wants to keep her? I'll send her to you. Ever since the City Lord heard about the 6 regions martial arts dyname, after being promoted to Deputy Lord of the Mansion, Chajay immediately recognized me as his second younger brother, and Big Eagle gained another uncle. I never expected the outcome to be like this. I didn't expect it would hit Big Eagle so hard. How about this, Big Eagle? Let's just call each other by our titles. I'll call you Brother Eagle and you call me Second Uncle. How about that? As soon as I said that, Big Eagle started crying even harder. At that moment, someone suddenly called out and everyone turned around to look. What the heck? The City Lord is wearing a custom tight suit. He wants to be our sparring partner. This is really crazy. And is playing with a frog that looks ugly. This performance is just too painful to watch. It's almost unbearable. But the City Lord is really enjoying himself and insists on increasing the training difficulty. After all, this year's rewards are doubled, so the difficulty definitely has to be doubled. No more talking, he directly summons his source beast. It's actually a 9-star source beast, Thunderbolt Tiger. But it's really ugly, and it can't even compare to Pikachu. Meow took out her detection bracelet, looking worried. She had never fought a 9-star source beast before. The big bird was so scared that its face turned pale. It thought that with the second brother, it no longer needed the son. The City Lord was even more enraged when he saw the two of them terrified. You fools, this year all the counties will find ways to upgrade the source beast's levels. With such a big reward, who wouldn't want it? If you keep the same attitude as in previous years, then this year you might as well wait to die. Soon after the Thunder Tiger started its attack, I saw the Thunder Tiger leap into the crowd. With a furious roar, it cast countless bolts of lightning. Maya was directly electrocuted and flew straight to the afterlife. As for me and the big eagle, we got a taste of what it's like to touch an electric gate. We were both wide awake. Sure enough, the thunder attack is unstoppable. I can even smell barbecue on me. Miami, a big eagle, let's go too. But this big silly eagle is used to being the captain. He's standing on the G again directing Miami to release water magic to restrain the swift thunder tiger's movements. He and Earhart are preparing to go up for a physical attack. What a bunch of little cuties. The water conducts electricity, and they don't even know it. Mile got zapped again and experienced the feeling of ascending. Naturally, the big eagle's husky wouldn't have a good outcome either. My fate aligns with G, allowing me to unleash Z's range-wage strike. The city lord, showing off, said that fire couldn't harm thunder-type beasts. You're just wasting my time as your sparring partner. But in less than a second, his thunderbolt tiger was sent flying with a stream of pee. It barely stopped after slamming into his own face. Fire can't reach me, but fists can. As someone who's traveled through time, I wouldn't be ignorant of this. I don't want to waste time, you come at me too. Watch closely. What kind of thing made this man drink bare penis wine so frantically? Was it to deal with Jiki's ill intentions, or for the silent tears of the two mins? My darling Zek, spoilers are here, a new beast girl is about to appear. Leave a dog head if you want to know. If there are enough, I'll release it in the next episode. The martial arts tournaments between the counties are about to start. In order to become the deputy lord, the city lord also began special training for us. Cause last time Yang Mo used the fusion skill Blazing Fire. I want to witness the Blazing Fire myself. The city lord was also amused by my question and laughed heartily. Alright, then I'll break the ancestral rule a little. Let's talk about the race collaboration model. It sounds a bit strange when this word comes out of the lord's mouth. At this moment, the lord and his source beast release the same lightning attribute. I feel like it's not as simple as it seems on the surface. Mao is also surprised that the lord's source beast has dropped to 6 stars. The lord explains that the source beast contains energy within itself. This energy can be transferred to the owner, allowing the owner to briefly break through their cultivation. However, if the source beast is ambushed at this time, it will undoubtedly die. The owner will also be implicated, so it's a double-edged sword. Oh, I understand now. It's like a power bank. Miami also started practicing race collaboration. Just let your consciousness enter the source beast's body. So it's that simple, Jiki, let's try it too. But the next second almost made me explode. Hey, where did you get that outfit? What are you doing? Quickly change back into your original clothes. Jiki as confused as it gets. Didn't you say we were supposed to enter? It's about the consciousness entering. What did you think I said? At this moment, the Hall Master returns with news. Our opponent is Huayu County. The villains from Huayu County first reported that you attacked Yang Mo. The Mansion Lord originally planned to have you confront them directly, but the Lord of Huayu County said you should settle your grievances on the arena. Our trump card is already fully known to them. Do we have their personnel information? The City Lord said, rest assured. On the day of the competition, even what color their underwear is, I will let you know. Then I'll be relieved. Here, these are all pills I refined using ironback bear materials. Take what you need. Mentioning ironback bears is like twisting a knife in the City Lord's heart. Just fainted and cried in the Hall Master's arms. The enemy's source beast is very likely to break through 6 stars. 9-star might also appear. Now we can only rely on... It seems I need to replenish myself well and feed Jiki until she's full to be safe. I'm a big fool, shouldn't anyone know that already? I unintentionally released countless monster girls in the book, but they are ungrateful and only want to drain me dry every day. Not long ago, Jiki finally fulfilled her wish that had been waiting for 1,000 years. Now she has started to fall in love with cosplay. My dears, I can't bear it alone. Quickly leave a doge emoji and sign up to join the battle. The martial arts tournament between the 6 regions is about to begin. If you want to win handsomely, it seems relying on others won't do. It's better to rely on yourself. Relying on yourself is no match for relying on Jiki. Show us what you've got, my little treasure Jiki. I'll fuel you up to the max. A flash of golden light suddenly filled the room. We see Jiki dressed in full Zeph attire make her entrance. My emperor, what is it that you need from me? As a single speen, I've never seen such a spectacle. Between the 6 counties, RBX must win the martial arts competition. So this time I'll have to trouble you to help me level up this J. Just at this critical moment, however, it was interrupted by a little yellow book. You want to level up this J all at once, then all 15 beast girls will appear. Aren't you the king of the world, dudded? But I've already absorbed 2 days worth of JJ should be enough. The helpless little yellow book explained that I was talking about Jiki. She would need at least 2 months to digest your J. Otherwise she would explode and die. Hearing that I had to wait another 60 days, I was petrified on the spot. I'm like a dung beetle running away when it encounters diarrhea. I could only wander off in confusion and despair. At this moment the twist came. Jiki said, if I can't do it, can we call another sister to share the burden of our emperor? As soon as these words were spoken, Xiao Huangshu was stunned. I thought you didn't want them to share Lin Xingna. Jiki pretended to look wronged. Of course, I don't want that, but our emperor carries a heavy responsibility. How can I let personal desires delay the revival of the demon race? These words made me tear up. It turns out Jiki is so kind-hearted. Jiki, don't worry, you will always be my position in my heart. Even if I get new partners in the future, I won't forget you. You and I are both ill-fated lovers, we will never part. At this moment, the annoying little yellow book appears again, ruining the atmosphere. With your current J, you'll need at least 20 more days to absorb it. Hey, is this damn book targeting me on purpose? The tournament is about to start, I can't wait for 20 days. At this moment, Jiki comes to the rescue. If we add my J, would that be enough? Yes, I just learned how to use her as collaboration. Let's try. Jik, you're so thoughtful, I'm a little embarrassed. My emperor for the martial arts competition, the more source beasts, the better. After all, source beast attribute restraint is very important. Okay, let's give it a try. It seems to have worked. The tether appeared. Suddenly Jake was in excruciating pain as if her body had been emptied, and I received too much J and I also had a nosebleed. Suddenly the little yellow book excitedly said, alright, that's enough. Quickly summon the next beast girl. If I say I'm not looking forward to the next one, that would be a lie. The little yellow book slowly opened and golden light shone from within. But Gigi appeared with an ominous expression. It's you. The biggest fool in the world is me, unintentionally releasing countless monster girls from the book, but they are ungrateful, only wanting to suck me dry every day. The beast girl I've been eagerly waiting for. I thought she'd be a bit more normal, not as crazy as Jake, but I never expected that Jake would immediately lead Nanai astray. Now it's all ruined. Jake has already become a disaster. Guys, who wants to take Jake and Nanai home and educate them? Take the dog head and leave them behind? Don't ever bring them back if they're not normal. I thought Nanai would be very self-reproachful if I suddenly ran away. But I didn't expect these two to be playing cosplay in the room. Hey, what are you doing in broad daylight? Nanai was also quite startled by my sudden arrival. With a bang, I lowered my hands that were covering my eyes. It turned out that Nanai was so startled that she lost her footing. She fell directly on Akiko. Wool, the scene before my eyes was way too suggestive. It was a race against time, a matter of life and death. After the farce, Nanai felt even more self-blame. My emperor, I understand your feelings. From now on, I will perform better until you, my emperor, fall in love with me. Meanwhile, far away, Jiki showed no remorse. She was still fantasizing about absorbing my energy with Nanai. Suddenly, Jiki noticed someone outside the window. Then a wind attribute attack smashed through the window. Jiki launched a firewall and charged directly at it. But this wind attribute attack could actually change direction. I don't even know where Jiki learned this new term. She called a fireball a fire. Countless fireballs swallowed the wind attribute attack. At this moment, Nana also charged forward, wanting to show off a bit. While I was watching the show, Ines appeared behind me. Only then did these two idiots realize they had fallen for a decoy tactic. But it was too late, I'd already been taken by Sass. On the rooftop, a four-way standoff began. I was about to ask who they were and why they tried to assassinate me, but spoke first. You can't even defend against such a pathetic sneak attack, what a joke. More importantly, you've disappointed my high expectations. Seeing this was serious, both Kiko and Nanai panicked. Sass suddenly realized something. How could there be two source beasts in such a short time? Of course I won't say I have a blind box with a little yellow book. I can only make up that the city lord gave it to me, so I can easily win in the martial arts competition. S laughed. With your bear-like appearance, you could scare Yang Mu. You've really disappointed me. I will kill you now. I plan to defeat you in the competition in just a few minutes. I didn't expect your mind to be so clear. So you're one of the three from Huaiwu County, right? If the assassination attempt on the opponent before the match is exposed, you'll be disqualified too, won't you? With his identity exposed, they really started thinking about silencing me. Now that I have the information, there's no need to pretend anymore. I'm laying it all out. I release my own spiritual power. Get back. At this point, Jikanan and Nai, those two fools, finally realized I was just pretending to be weak. I arrogantly turned around and said, even if I can't strip you of your qualifications, well, it's fine if I take down one of your key members first. Here comes another eye-scorching scene. This is actually a girl, and her clothes were shattered by my shockwave. No one should still be unaware of that, right? I accidentally unleashed countless monster girls who intended to help me become emperor. But to them, the emperor I am is just a heartless gigolo. All they want is to drain me dry. The helpful me was unexpectedly assassinated by a female assassin. The assassin even said that anyone who sees this speech should quickly post Inez in the comments, or else she will come for them tonight. Because of the commotion I caused with the assassin, I directly attracted Big Eagle and Maya to come and watch. The assassin girl was injured by my shock and couldn't escape on her own. I don't want Maya to see me yet, so I can only hold her and struggle to survive in this cramped space. But she's too heavy. No, I shouldn't say the space is too small. Even the assassin girl is having trouble breathing from being squeezed. My legs are exhausted and I can't stop them from trembling. Hey Big Sis, don't shake, it's making... Before I could finish, my mouth was covered. So was this big silly bird that found me here. In this awkward situation, I can only silently chant to myself, "Hallow just is emptiness, emptiness is..." That's it, my fate is in my hands, not in heaven's. I can't control anything right now. Suddenly the girl feels like I've brought a weapon out with me. Her face turns red and her thoughts start to wander. Meanwhile, this big idiot is still on the roof, not moving. Heaven can't stand it anymore and strikes with a thunderbolt. The eagle finally panicked and started running back. At that moment, I was in trouble. The female assassin misunderstood and slapped me flying. She actually accused me of being lecherous and even wanted to kill me on the spot. I swear to heaven, what you just touched was really my weapon. The female assassin naturally didn't believe me and accused me of lying. Suddenly a faint voice came from behind. It scared the both of us stiff. Then the assassin girl and her beast companion fled. Don't bring up the wolf talk, this isn't over between us. This is a disaster. At this moment, the hall master and Meow Maya asked what had happened. I could only awkwardly scratch my head. Meow Maya, do you know a girl from Hyowu County who has a wind-type source beast? As soon as I said this, the hall master and Meow Maya shouted in unison, it's Bai He. Meow Maya said, ask her about this woman, she knows her better than I do. The hall master didn't give a direct answer. Meow Maya grew more and more angry as she thought about it. That woman is always sneaky. When we get to the competition, I'll definitely teach her a lesson she'll never forget. I'm curious about who she really is. But the master only asked me not to let anything happen between them on the field. After a lot of pestering, the master finally confessed. It was all the result of their impulsiveness when they were young. I see, so this old fox really did something as ridiculous as chasing after a frog just because it was ugly. She actually has an illegitimate daughter. I am the most foolish person in the world. Unintentionally, I released countless monster girls from the book, but they are ungrateful and only want to drain me dry every day. In order to win die in the martial arts tournament of the 6 counties, I am also working hard training diligently with Jiki and Nane. Though I do have a bit of a weak back, but Jiki said, as long as I keep the dog head, I can replace the male lead with one click. Every day when Meow Meow and the Great Eagle pass by my door, they are shocked by the sound of my diligent training. Encouraged by this, the two of them also continuously improve themselves every day. In just 1 month, their strength has made tremendous progress. Finally, the data set out has arrived. The Lord of Steelgate specially made team uniforms for us by hand. It must be because Jiki influenced them, and now they love cosplay. I'm speechless and have nothing to say. Let's go quickly, the Kangshan Mansion banquet will get cold soon. At this time, the city lord took out a source beast. Don't worry, I'll send you there by plane this time. This is a unique source beast I've treasured for many years. Extremely precious, exquisitely crafted, a rare and unique masterpiece. Whoa, what the heck is this thing in front of me? Is it a duck that cheated, or a lion that strayed? At this time, Kangshan Mansion was already teeming with people. The major teams have already arrived. There are even minors among the members of Filyu. And Yang Mo, who was turned into Beeze's target by Jiki, still kept that hairstyle. Suddenly everyone felt a strong yet presence above them. It turned out to be the ugliest plane in the entire universe dragging us onto the stage. Taken instantly, the crowd below erupted in curses. At this moment, the main gate of the mansion opened and a woman in red stepped out. I am here to announce the competition system and rules for the 6 counties martial arts tournament. This selection event and broadcast competition are both held in 2 rounds. The previously announced matchups are now void. Everyone was stunned when they heard the news. The team leader of Bimang County still wanted to lead Nins. But the next moment, all of his teeth were metaphorically lost by the red-clad sister D. The red-clad sister domineeringly said either participate or get lost. What a bold move, stepping forward like a target, the audience immediately fell silent. Yangmo was also at a loss due to the sudden turn of events. I was still thinking to myself that I can't personally avenge the burnt head anymore. I analyzed that if the competition order changes, it seems the counties weren't informed in advance. It must be that some greater power is controlling everything behind the scenes. At this moment, inside the Kangshan Mansion, the Mansion Lord is hosting several mysterious guests. By the way, I have to say the Mansion Lord and the Butler's red and green combo is really stylish. It turns out these guests are from Chinean Kingdom. They also want to participate in the martial arts competition. The Lord of the Manor, under pressure, had no choice but to agree. But he had to make one condition. That is, there must be no loss of life. This woman appears glamorous on the outside. She allowed the 7th team to participate in the 6-county tournament. Not only did she not tell everyone the truth, she directly slapped anyone with objections across the face. Now I'm curious about what's going on. There are a total of 9 levels, and the paths are as winding as a maze. At this point, the butler also announced the competition rules. As long as you catch the Ghost's Earth Dragon on the 9th level, you can level up. But on the first 4 teams, everyone was left speechless by these rules. Cut the nonsense. If you're scared, forfeit and drop out. Little stepped forward to explain. Don't be afraid, the Earth Dragon is the Abyss Ghost Face. Although it is highly poisonous, it is extremely rare. At this moment a man came up to me and said, "What a pity." Then he started laughing idiotically, lost in his own thoughts. He then introduced himself. He is known as Hugh County Cell. Wow, that name is so domineering. I can't take it anymore. I just burst out laughing. How much does your family love you to give you such a name? Even his teammates were speechless and quickly dragged him away. Then they started releasing their source beasts. They charged straight into the cave, aiming to seize the advantage. Maya was also anxious and grabbed me, pulling me in. The environment here is suitable for earth and water elements. All the heavy responsibilities fell on the giant eagle. The giant eagle said it was fine, but it will return in a quarter of an hour. Still acting like a simp, insisting on going with Maya. Actually, I intentionally split up because I noticed someone was following us from the start. Come out and show yourself. What are you trying to do by following us? Wait, this doesn't feel right. What the hell, it's you, Lily. Caught Lily, and she's both embarrassed and angry. I shouldn't have come to find you. That's not right. Didn't you guys depart from Die? Said Shiloh. Remember, there's also the 7th team. What she said, I'm only half convinced. I'm only telling you this much because I want to repay the favor for not making things difficult for me last time. Her actions really left me a bit confused. This girl is truly hard to figure out. Suddenly a faint cry came from behind. I'm such an idiot. I unintentionally released countless monster girls from the book. Countless monster girls? But they're ungrateful. They just want to drain me dry every day. It's truly inhuman. Quickly, my dear, leave the dog heads and join the battle. Let's deal with them. All for the sake of ranking in the 6 counties martial arts competition. It's been one thing after another. First, the hall master used his own daughter to set a trap for me. Then he sent his illegitimate daughter to use a catch and release tactic on me. It's safe to say that all factions are now resorting to any means necessary. Inside the Ghost Domain cave, a team of emo kids is lying in wait. The squad leader knows that his team's strength is weak, so he plans to pull off a big trick. When the enemy is low on health and brings out the Earth Dragon, he decides to strike while the iron is hot. The 2 teammates nearby keep flattering him, praising the squad leader for being so clever. But they have no idea that Yang Wei has already come up behind them. The 3 of them, caught off guard, are scared stiff. At this moment, I was running at full speed. From the sound, it seemed like Dio and Maya JD were in trouble. Suddenly, I felt my body lift off the ground. Which son of a bitch dug such a deep hole here? I swear, running without looking at the road, it's like accelerating in my next life. I heard a thud, and it was like I just did a rope-free bungee jump. But that's not the end of it. Jiki jumped straight down and ended up using me as a cushion. I feel like both of my kidneys are about to burst. Although Jake on top of me kept saying sorry, she still wouldn't get off and let me up. Right now, I can only be glad I didn't call out Nanai. Just as I was sighing, I suddenly heard Mayamio shouting for help. Jake immediately jumped off me and went to help. Now my kidneys are really about to explode. Jiki first took a deep breath. Then she expelled a torrent of hellfire, attacking the enemy. Seeing reinforcements arrive, the giant eagle was overjoyed. However, flames are useless against earth element rock ants. They're completely ineffective. Jiki's flames were diminishing. Giant eagle, where's your source beast? The giant eagle hastily replied. That guy's passed out from exhaustion. It seems there's only one way left. Jiki, go all out. Make them burn as bright red as possible. Jiki uses the newly unlocked skill 9 Heavens of Burning Fire. She's enveloped by a blazing fire phoenix, forming a fiery armor. The next second, she unleashes an unprecedentedly huge flame. The flames are so large they even incinerate the large eagle. At this time, I summon Nanai. Jiki can stop now? Next, please welcome Nanai's performance. She is the gentle and elegant daughter of the master. Countless admirers have worshipped her, but none could move her heart. But after meeting me, she changed. Jealousy has disfigured her. Envy has made her incredibly powerful. It seems that she may have developed feelings for me. Babes, I only like my source beast. Whoever wants this girl, hurry up and leave the dog-headed leader behind. The Ghost Domain cave is filled with constant danger. Under my command, Jiki unleashes full-force flame attacks, while summoning Nanai to cast freezing magic. This move left the Earth Rock Ants a bit confused. In the Great Eagle's mind, these attacks are useless. Meanwhile, Meow Meow is only concerned with how I now have another humanoid source beast. Looks like it's time to give them a lesson in physics. Jiki and Nanai combined their powers. Using their full strength, they unleashed a Z-shaped attack towards the ground. A shockwave like ripples spread out. The earthen rock ants crackled from the impact. After thermal expansion and contraction, all the earth and rock ants instantly exploded. Seems Nanai is somewhat useful after all. See me praise Nanai Jiki, that drama queen is acting up again. Oh well, it seems I'll really have to treat them both equally from now on. Just imagine when all the beast girls come out in the future. The scene will be nothing short of a battlefield. At this moment, the great eagle is still envious of me. But in the next second, it was dragged away by Miao. Fuming with both anger and jealousy, Miao turned the great eagle into a punching bag. Poor great eagle who got beaten senseless in confusion. After the farce, everyone found the entrance to the third level of the ghost ant cave. What appeared before them was yet another large hole. Is this his damn tomb? Why are there holes everywhere, so many different ones? But this time, I've learned my lesson. I need to let Jake go first. I don't want her sitting on me again. Third level of the ghost domain cavern, the light here is even darker. Suddenly the big eagle seems to have spotted something. In the depths, something that looks like an oligi is wriggling. I don't know who gave the big eagle this courage. This fool excitedly charged forward. Probably thought the opponent was weak. He just had to show off his heroic pose to Miao. But in the next second, he got a lightning-fast face slap. A skeleton wrapped in poisonous gas suddenly appeared. It scared Dexiao so much that he wet his diaper. Even his eyes were affected by the poison. Miao immediately recognized the skeleton's headband as belonging to Beimang County Zhe. But at this moment, nobody noticed. A poisonous gas quietly entering Miao's body. At this time, the eagle's eyes were poisoned and it was running around wildly. The scene was very chaotic. We had to retreat. Miao, stay close to me. Let's go quickly. Suddenly, Miao seemed like a different person. She put on a charming expression and asked me where we were going. Who can tolerate this? I'm completely dumbfounded. The girl in front of me is actually a spider demon. Although she's a monster, she doesn't have any will value. The only thing this spider cares about is poisoning people with a lustful venom. But this time she's met her match. She's in for a bad time. Who likes this spider? Quick, leave the dog head and take it away. Not long ago, Jake and Nanay's joint strike shattered a group of small gagas. But there are even more terrifying beings inside the ghost cave. Under the attack of the poisonous gas, Miao seems to have changed into a completely different person. As someone who's been single for 18 years, how can I stand this? Damn. Master Shu, come quickly and help. And that big, clumsy bird stop running around blindly. Exauge immediately recognized that Miao had been poisoned by the Hehuan poison. It's the work of the Hehuan spider. This poison isn't fatal. It only causes confusion. The Hehuan spider is waiting for the chaos to harvest. Only needs weekends off. What? This is too much to ask. Besides, the babies wouldn't like it. At this moment, the big eagle's eyes no longer hurt. It stopped running around. It roared, if you touch Miao, it's not over between us. But the next second, it was knocked out by Jiki with a punch. After exchanging a glance with Master Shu, I have a plan. I immediately tackled Miao. Then I had Jiki adjust the lighting to a dim level. Jiki cleverly used her body to block the light. The Hehuan spider, hidden in the shadows, couldn't stay put any longer. Its vision was completely blocked. It couldn't see anything. Unable to resist the temptation of curiosity, it unwittingly came out. The happy spider is very excited now. But it doesn't know that curiosity killed the spider. I grabbed the approaching happy spider. Little flirt. You really fell for it. Jiki's also curious. The cave is so brightly lit, why can't he see? I can only patiently explain. Lives in the dark all year round. Bright light would naturally blind it. The Hehuan spider doesn't attack humans, it prefers to poison. A small trick can catch it. And the one that was knocked down was actually the eagle. Not Miao. The eagle played a big role this time. At this moment, it just hurriedly shouted. Quickly aim at the hole where the happy spider spins its silk. Use your mouth to suck out the venom silk from Miao. Suspicious. Let me suck the spider's I'm not sucking that thing you're aiming at. Let's just dissect it out. With asterisk pop asterisk sound, the happy spider released purple smoke. The smoke, a big purple girl appears before me. She cries out, spare me, hero. Oh my. I almost ended up using my mouth to suck her asterisk asterisk. Pay attention. What bad intentions could this harmless little spider have? She just likes watching people fall down. I almost lost my life just because of this little hobby. The frightened little spider no longer wanted to stay in the cave. Whoever makes her watch a fall will be recognized as her master. I already have enough beasts. My dear ones, who wants to take the dog head and leave? Suddenly the eagle realized it be fooled. She's really fierce. It was her who killed the people of Beimang County. The little spider hurriedly explained, I just want to watch falls, not hurt anyone. But come to think of it, just based on the name Hehuan spider, it couldn't be her. At this time the eagle, knowing there was no danger, actually wanted to take the little spider. He even wanted to take her to a wrestling match. But the little spider refused immediately. She only likes handsome people. The rejected eagle felt like dying at this moment. It seems he can only leave the little spider to fend for herself. The little spider shouted, you're going to the bottom floor, right? As long as you accept me, I will take you into the Tao. Huh? Is there a shortcut here? At this moment, a cracking sound came from the distance. The little spider hurriedly said that the giant bat of the dark night is coming. Now Meow Meow and the big eagle couldn't stay calm. They urged me to quickly accept the water spider and hurry to the bottom level. Jiki had no objections either. She wishes it could be even livelier. She's not afraid of crowds. Well, at this point, I guess I'll reluctantly accept her. Just press my blood onto you, and that's it, right? Just as my finger touched her forehead, the little spider was in intense pain. But the pain quickly turned into pleasure. The little spider even said I was the finger of God. What a load of crap, God's finger, just lead the way. On the way, the little spider asked, Master, why do you need to go to the bottom layer to catch the earth dragons? I replied, aren't the earth dragons on the 9th layer, the lowest level? The little spider replied, no, it's not. The lowest level is the 10th layer. There's a legendary treasure there, capable of forging an unparalleled divine weapon, the Azure Dragon King's bone. Upon hearing this, the great eagle and Meow Meow were stunned. Could our information be wrong? I feel like things aren't that simple. The 7th mysterious team must be here for the Dragon King's bone. We haven't been gone long. An 8-star source beast, the Dark Knight Giant Bat, appeared. A mysterious team also arrived at the same time. Someone from the team urged that the search for the Dragon King's bone should speed up. At that moment, the bat charged directly at the mysterious team. But in the next moment, it was caught by the throat of fate. Before there was time for a quick reaction, it instantly became the werewolf snack. At this moment, another member of the mysterious team responded. It's fine. If someone finds the Dragon King's bone first, then just let him die. This is a world where source beasts coexist with humans. As a traveler, I can contract rare humanoid source beasts, but they are always trying to drain me dry, and the intelligence of beast forms and primal beasts is truly unfathomable. Their handwriting is incredibly powerful and imposing. After taming the Hewan spider, we just tried to survive whenever possible, but this spider only thinks about that one thing. Master, Master, when will you show me the tumble? Master, Master, what position do you prefer? Master, Master, do you think falling is fun? That just now seemed to be a land dragon we passed by. At this moment, the abyssal ghost face of the 10-star source beast is vomiting uncontrollably. The ones fighting it are Lily and her team. The ghost face is a rather arrogant source beast. Pays no attention to the floor ants below. It only leaves 2 letters on the ground. The large eagle suddenly went dumb. Did this poison even corrode rocks? I also feel that capturing it alive seems impossible. Mio Mio, should we help? If not, they redoomed. Mio Mio actually replied, if we don't help, they'll die. Good riddance. Suddenly a sharp scream came from Bahi. She had accidentally been bound by the ghost face. The ghost face wasn't being polite either. She directly swallows the lily like spicy strips. Mio Mio gets anxious and rushes out to save her. Blood is thicker than water. Although they share the same father but different mothers, they're still sisters. At this moment, the big eagle comes to help. He orders Abaya to use the wolf fang spike to attack Gaimayan. Gaimayan is instantly blasted away, but his body remains completely unharmed. This idiot eagle is beyond words. Bei was also flung into the air. She was about to land on the stalactite. Luckily, I calculated the distance perfectly. I caught Bei as she fell. Mio Mio saw me catch Bei. It's incredibly sickeningly sweet. The eagle knocked the spicy stick out of Gaiman's hand. This angered it, and it charged straight at the giant eagle. But the next second, I punched it away. This guy is really tough. With Nanai here, let's try our newly developed technique. Nanai used her tongue to draw a talisman on my hand. At this time, the ghost face charged again at high speed. It looks like this thing is really angry. Just as it was about to reach me, my whole body started flipping and spinning. This guy actually learned the crocodile's moves, but it's useless. Let me show you the hand speed I've perfected over the past 18 years. Super low temperature, high frequency vibration, muscle relaxation, and fascia punch. This wrestling-loving spider girl turns out to be Spider-Man's master. Just a second ago, I was complaining and wanted to give her to my buddies, but the next second she saved my life. It was not long ago. With Nana's help, I developed a new ultimate move in fascia research power ma. Ultra low temperature, high frequency vibration. Fasci punch to relax the muscles and open the fascia. It only took one punch, and Ghostface was hit and everything scattered in the sky. Even the front has been breached. Normally reserved Meow Meow happily hugged me. At this moment, Bei also exclaimed, no way. The big eagle took advantage of the situation. The timid big eagle cautiously touched it. Someone shouted, stop. The person shouting was Yang Wei. This earth dragon was discovered by us. Why should I let you take her away? Mai Mai was about to argue back, but she didn't expect this guy to start acting shameless. He put on a look like a dead pig isn't afraid of boiling water. This really pissed off the big guy, and Yang Wei no longer wanted to waste his breath. He started rummaging through his chest. Let me show you something. What does true strength really mean? Then a 10-star source beast was released. Be Brawnbear. Mai Mai was scared out of her wits. How could he have a 10-star source beast? Meanwhile, the Brawn Bear's attack didn't stop. It directly attacked the ground. Unexpectedly, the ground was empty as well. I fell straight down. Little Spider jumped down to save me. Yang Wei thought he had killed me and was so happy. Now I could go back and enjoy Z13 properly. This hole is so deep, how could I be so unlucky? Why is it always me who ends up in the hole? Bright light appeared below. What's magma? Looks like I'm doomed. I'm sorry, my treasure. 15 beast girls haven't come out yet. I'm gonna die. Suddenly something grabbed me. Master, don't panic, I'm here to save you. You haven't shown me your wrestling skills yet. I kinda. Just the two of us, we're landing. Little spider, you're really something. Little spider, who was praised, immediately became shy. My duty is to protect my master. By the way, master, this is the 10th floor. The big treasure I mentioned is over there. Well, that's the big treasure. The sun is really angry. Usually so shy and delicate, Nana. How strong is her second form? With just one move, Huryo skill ice world. The rolling magma is instantly sealed by 100 meters of ice. Behind the abyss ghost face, I was actually ambushed by the 6th. Luckily, little spider came to the rescue in time. It's a blessing in disguise. Ivy got a lead on the big treasure. But how exactly do we get past this flowing magma? Master Shu, do you have any ideas? Are you out of your mind? Shuzi afraid of fire, don't you know? Looks like we'll have to call in Nana from the ice element. But it's a bit of a problem, Nana's level is too low now. It seems I have no choice but to use my ultimate power. Let Nana level up 3 times in a row. Your Majesty, it's too hot here. Nana's about to melt. Nana wants to leave this place now. I can only use your ice powers. I don't know if you're ready. Your Majesty, Nana has been ready since day 1. Then let's begin. Exciting, finally, I can go back to the wild and have fun. Why do I feel a bit nervous? Suddenly a little spider came straight at me and bit me. What the heck, why did you do that? Did you inject me with your venom? Before I could even scold the little spider, I suddenly felt dizzy and lightheaded. This venom is so powerful. Now, don't blame me. This poison is too strong, even I can't hold it in any longer. Meanwhile, Nanai arrived in a frozen world of illusion. Suddenly the ice beneath her feet began to violently shake. Dazed and confused, Nanai was even more frightened now. Suddenly a black D-bomb shot up from beneath the ice. It struck Nanai and shot her directly into the sky. Then the D-bomb exploded in midair. Firelight filled the entire world. Nanai, surrounded by firelight, instantly leveled up 3 times. Whoever am I? Suddenly Xiaozu shouted, Master, you're awake? You were poisoned just now. No, wait, what? Where's Nanai? What happened to Nanai? In the distance, a slender jade hand touched the lava. The cold air instantly spread out. The 100-meter wide lava was instantly frozen. It turns out to be Nanai. She's now upgraded to a 10-star source beast. And there's even a second form. We can finally go find the big treasure. We arrived on the island in the lava. Shu introduced. This Dragon King's bone belongs to the Western Underworld Dragon, one of the 4 ancient divine dragons. It possesses the divine power to defy the heavens and destroy the earth. Even the Demon Emperor couldn't find this item back then. Now you've gotten a great bargain. I'll take it first and study it slowly when I return. Consider it as me retrieving my treasure. Suddenly someone launched a surprise attack from behind. The mysterious 7th squad made its appearance. Turns out they only came for the Underworld Dragon's skull. The other 6 squads were just cannon fodder to clear the way. As soon as I collected the skull, someone suddenly ambushed me from behind. But I was prepared with a few evasive moves to counter the attack. The guy thought he succeeded with a strike. He couldn't help but feel happy. Unexpectedly, he was blasted away by an ice explosion. He only caught Nana's substitute. Nana seized the opportunity to launch an ice spear attack. Xiaogaga's sneak attack failed, and he was pierced instead. He's feeling very depressed now. When did Kid notice us? You guys are the 7th team, so you're after the Dragon King's bone. I've been wary of you all along, so I deployed informants ahead of time. Kun Fengkong stepped forward at this moment. Interesting. You've covered a 100-meter radius with a giant spider web to sense our movements. At this time, little spider suddenly came closer, asking for praise, asking for a pat, asking to be thrown. You're Lin Sing from Shanian County, right? I've seen your previous matches. I didn't expect a newcomer like you to have 2 humanoid source beasts. Who's your backer? This person seems really skilled at Z13. If he knew I would have even more humanoid source beasts in the future, he'd be insanely jealous. I'm just a commoner with no backer. Kun Fengkong knows I have no backer. Then there's no need to hold back anymore. Just release your source beast to kill and plunder. A 10-star wood-type source beast, the wild blaze wolf, jumps out. It immediately charges toward the little spider. In an instant, the ground is shattered to pieces. Luckily, I quickly recalled the little spider. The little spider must be really hated. I see now, I understand. You are good at multi-source beast coordination. So attack the weakest link of B first. That's the tactic, right? The soul of thought is burning brightly. The girl watching applauds directly. She grasped the essence after just 1 round. Not bad. At this time, Kun Fengkong is still talking tough. Master Shi reminds him, their strength is the same as yours. Taking on 3 opponents isn't wise. Those 3 are preparing to take me down. But killing me won't be so easy. Watch this move, it'll blind you. The blindingly bright fist, a powerful beam of light shoots out. The three hastily cover their eyes. When they open their eyes again, I already ran away a long time ago. King Feng has been tricked twice in a row. I'm seriously about to lose it. At the same time, Nana reminded, our emperor, they re-catching up. Book Lord also reminded, didn't little spider say there was no way up? Where are you planning to escape to? There was no way before, right? But it only happened after I left? When Liaoling meets Li Yuni and Ji Kinao Nai? Which side will be stronger? The mysterious 7th squad makes their appearance, and seeks to kill, plunder, and seize the Dragon King's bone. Fortunately, I used the Blind Fury exposure punch, and was able to escape for now. We're almost at the exit. At this moment, the wolf chasing from behind is caught up. A thorn attack. Oh, a slot? You little bastard, do you want to eat chicken? Nana, let's go there. That was really too close just now. Luckily you were here. Thankfully, the magma blocked them. That wolf cub has the wood attribute, it wouldn't be unafraid of fire. Meanwhile, Qin Fengqiang reminded King Ming, if you let them escape, do you know the consequences? I also noticed their anomaly. King Ming was currently enchanting the fire wolf with the ice attribute. Instantly, the fire wolf evolved into an ice armor enhanced form. After evolving, this wolf cub can actually run on lava. King Feng also shows a smug grin. This will scare you to death. Sorry, this little trick wanted to scare me. Now it's my turn, Z13. Jiki's your turn. In an instant, Jiki jumps out of the lava. I'm here. Let you feel my passion? Qin Fengqiang realized it was a trap. She immediately unleashed her own source beast to attack. It was an 11th level thunder-type source beast, the Thunder Empress. My goal has been achieved. Jake, come back. Without Jake's magma support, Nana's ice wall instantly collapsed and shattered. Taking this opportunity, I escaped again. This idiot Daigel. Why is he still lingering with Miao here? Dai, let out some more rope. Woof. Dai, take your time. Miao, who suddenly landed on my head, was also startled. I heard Mia scream. The big idiot still doesn't know what's happening. I'm done for, the rope can't hold on anymore. But in the next second, I grabbed onto a lifeline. That was really close. At this moment, Miao shouted again. Let go, my clothes are going to tear. Don't worry. Your clothes are very good quality. I won't rip them. It's only a small crack right now. Suddenly, there was asterisk click asterisk. The small opening suddenly became a large one. This is in world where humans and source beasts coexist. I just read a manga and got transported here. Although I can contract rare human-shaped source beasts, they constantly want to drain me dry. What's more dangerous is that I also have to fight other source beasts. The mysterious 7th squad shows up and immediately starts killing and looting. They want to stop chasing me. In a panic, I was desperate and had nowhere to run. I could only grab Jiamiao's skirt, because this was the only lifeline I had. Shaimayo shouted, let go of me, you beast. Don't tear my clothes, stay put down there. A faint shout reached the cave entrance. The eagle was completely confused. Suddenly a flash of white light appeared beneath my feet. That idiot King Feng actually caught up so quickly. What a persistent pain in the neck. Nana, come out. Seal the pass. Your Majesty, don't worry. This ice layer is 5 meters thick. No divine weapon or sharp tool can break it in a short time. Well done, Nana. Fortunately, you were able to block them, and also create a temporary resting place. What is this thing? At this moment, Miao is crying loudly on top. Linsing you A. I didn't even wait for Miao to finish cursing. The ice surface started cracking. Nana and I stood frozen in place. What method are they using? How could they break through the solid ice barrier? Suddenly, Miao shouted, watch out behind you. I suddenly turned around. Woof, when did that stupid wolf get up here? Damn, it must have used wood release to climb up. Nana saw me about to be swallowed by the wolf. She rushed forward quickly. But the next second, she was struck away by the fiery wolf's vines. Mama also jumped down. Linsing, I'm here to help. Don't stop me before I finish speaking. She was already bound by the vines. Damn it, it's also 10 stars. This guy's combat skills are far stronger than a mole dragon's. It's impossible for me to repel it alone. I can only try the cooperation mode. Nana, you have to let me in. I need your true energy. I began to release all my Kai drifting towards Nana. Chen Gong's and Nana's Kui merged. My energy instantly filled up. Little beast, you dare try to bite me? Liu Lang was instantly thrown down by my backbreaker. The eagle remained crouched at the cave entrance. I didn't know what was happening below, because I had just absorbed Nana's Kai. I held Miao and instantly jumped out of the cave. How's Miao, I asked. Is this so? Miao, who was being held, became even more shy. Anyway, it's all your fault. You'll have to buy me a new outfit. Of course I agreed, no problem. But the big eagle, who didn't know the truth, was dumbfounded. It seemed like its misunderstanding of my relationship with Miao was growing deeper and deeper. But my book is filled with countless beast girls. I not only have to be on constant guard against them, but I also have to participate in battles between source beasts. Now that I've obtained the treasure, and the 7th squad is too strong, I can only escape. Little spider, are you sure we won't be caught if we take this path? At this moment, Miao said this time it was all for nothing. The Earth Dragon was captured, and we lost in the first round. I can only admit defeat. After all, I can reveal that I obtained the Dragon King's bones. Little Spider suddenly turned around and asked, "Does it have to be an earth dragon, no matter the size?" Upon hearing this, the three of us were startled. Could there be more? Little Spider began to squirm. But can you promise me? This made me incredibly happy. As long as we can find an earth dragon, I would agree to any request, not just one, but even 100. Little Spider received Maya's approval, directly spraying out spider webs. I thought Sister Meow Meow wouldn't want the master to tumble with me. Turns out you're such an open-minded and reasonable person. Upon realizing the truth, Meow was instantly furious. In the blink of an eye, we were all taken to the Earth Dragon's lair. Little Spider reminded everyone to be careful. There might still be undiscovered Earth Dragons here. Little Spider is right, if there are still Earth Dragons. The female housekeeper of the City Lord's residence is training while waiting for the return of the competition teams. It's been so long, how come not a single team has come out? The female housekeeper starts reading the countdown for the end of the competition. Just then the Huo County team appears. As a contestant, does Dzi not even have a storage artifact? Actually, she's cursing nonstop inside. They must have fallen into the hole together with that Lin Sing guy. Suddenly a big foot crosses the line first. Yang Wei was so scared that his eyeballs nearly fell out. His inner monologue said, "A pit this deep and you re not dead? If you have a centipede, come and cause more trouble." Without a centipede, it's still not considered passing. I naturally understand the rules. We've also caught a centipede. Yang Wei laughed heartily from the side. The idiots keep saying there are only 4 Earth Dragons. I instantly pulled out the little Earth Dragon, bruised and battered from being deed. This thing can't even be called a pet. The little spider actually transformed into a little fox. I'm asking who can resist babes. No one that our team would manage to catch a ghost-faced baby inside the ghost cave. The city lord, the chief steward, and everyone else were dumbfounded. Great. You actually found the Earth Dragon's lair. Fantastic. Yang Wei shouted, "Impossible, absolutely impossible. Your Earth Dragons haven't even fully grown." Meow and I, with the eagle tilting its head, said in unison. Nobody said exactly how big they have to be. Yang Wei was instantly furious. "How dare you try to copy me?" The chief steward cleared his throat and said, "This is indeed my oversight. But the final decision rests with Kangshan Prefecture. There certainly can't be 5 teams advancing." Before the chief steward could finish speaking, a messenger suddenly arrived with an order. The prefect demands that Shanian County must advance. Even if the final interpretation rights are exercised, or all teams advance, it doesn't matter. Then the Grand Administrator continued, "So I believe both Shanian County and Huepu County meet the requirements. Therefore, both of your teams can advance." Upon hearing this result, I already had an answer in my mind. It must be that Team 7 used some tricks behind the scenes. Meanwhile, at the City Lord's mansion, Kun Fengkong was secretly plotting something with the City Lord. The City Lord curiously asked, "How exactly did the Lin Sing team offend you?" Unexpectedly, Kun Fengkong didn't give the City Lord any face. He simply said, "Please just give us a little help in the second round of the competition." Then he turned and left. By now the City Lord had guessed why Qin Fengkong and the others had come. After all that fussing around in the cave for days, aha, feels so good. "Wu Xiaozhu, what are you doing here? Where did you get that fox outfit? And I didn't summon you. How did you get out?" Little Spider said aggrievely. "As long as the badge is away from its owner for a while, we can revert to our original form. Otherwise, if the owner dies, wouldn't we be unable to transform forever?" "Oh, that actually makes sense. What does a spider need a tail for?" Little Spider replied excitedly. This was given by Sister Ji Ki. Suddenly the door opened. Lily sneaked in quietly. She happened to see me fiddling with the little spider's tail. Lily turned around and said, "Sorry to disturb you." I hurriedly called out, "Wait, Lily. It's not what you think. You misunderstood." After a long explanation, I finally managed to clear things up. It turns out that Lily is apologizing because of what Yang Wei did. I also reassured Lily, telling her not to worry, I wouldn't hold it against him. At that moment, Meow suddenly came to knock on the door. "Oh no, Lily, quick, hide. If Mama sees us together, she'll definitely kill us." As I was panicking, Lily suddenly grabbed me. And just then, Meow pushed the door open and came in. "Mommy, I fell asleep just now. Because I was too nervous, I suddenly farted." Bei, who was hiding under the covers, can't describe how awful that was. This night was incredibly crazy. First, Xiaochu transformed into a little fox and wanted to wrestle with me. Then Meow, jealous of Bei, transformed into a female teacher and wanted to confess her feelings to me. Zizi is so upset that the master of the house and the steward also came. There's nowhere to hide in my empty bedroom. Guys, please help me out. Whoever likes one, leave a dog head and name, and take it quickly. Lily came apologize to me. but she saw me fooling around with Xiao Zhu. Manhwa suddenly came, and I wasn't wearing pants. Just stay in bed. You can sit wherever you like. Manhwa hummed in response. Then she asked questioningly these 2 cups of tea. I quickly made up an excuse. I knew you were coming, so I prepared them in advance. Manhwa was startled. He knew I was coming, and he even took off his clothes. Could he be hinting at something? What's up, coming to see me this late? Manhwa replied that the rules for the following competition have changed. So Dadia and I both hope you'll participate. What, a total of 5 teams? How? Is it a free-for-all? It looks like those 3 are blatantly interfering. I understand. Get some rest and go home early. At this time Manhwa suddenly sat on my bed. Then she said, I have a question. What do you think of Bahi? Oh no, did Manhwa find Bahi in my blanket? She's pretty good. When Manhwa heard me say that Bahi was good, she instantly got angry. This is impossible to choose. This is a deadly question. No matter who I pick now, it won't end well. Just as I was feeling awkward, Manhwa suddenly starts taking off her top. Hemph, it's not that I have no choice, I just haven't shown it. After transforming, is there really anything about me that can't compare to her? Damn, tonight is just too intense. I can definitely compare, I have to. But I forgot about the lily in the blanket. The lily immediately took a bite at me. It hurt so much that I almost jumped up instantly. Granny, why don't you take turns? Why gang up on me like this? Just then, the manor lord suddenly knocked on the door. Manhwa was so scared that she instantly burrowed into my blankets. And so, Manhwa and Bei met in my blankets. If the manor lord hadn't been there, they would have started fighting immediately. The manor lord said sternly, I'll stop beating around the bush. You've seen Qin Fengqiang and the others, right? Yes, not only have I seen them, I've also fought with them. The lord continued, actually they are all from the Yulin Guards. They are not only the king's trusted subordinates, but also the pride of their respective families. You could say that each one of them, on their own, is someone you can't afford to offend. And you somehow offended all 3 of them at once. I really can't tell whether you're lucky or just terribly unlucky. So does that mean the Lord will punish me in my next life? Quite the opposite, I can save you. But I need to know, what exactly happened between you 2? Who could have imagined that the usually gentle and cute girl? This damn competitiveness has been tormenting me. Manhwa and Bai forced me to choose. Can't everyone just get along peacefully? I never expected this. But her true intention... Of course I won't tell the truth about this. Master of the mansion, actually I accidentally discovered their secret. The master of the mansion and the butler both asked seriously, what secret? Those 2 boys were wrestling in the cave. Then he chuckled and said, this story is indeed quite interesting. Do you take me for a fool? The second round of the competition will begin tomorrow at the hour of Chen. I hope you'll tell me another version of the story before the competition. If it satisfies me, I might take you as my male pet. Damn, could it be that Yang Mu was promoted to vice lord of the estate because of this? Before I could even process this, the estate lord quickly left. After waiting for a while, Manhwa and Bai slowly crawled out. Manhwa directly said without courtesy, like mother, like daughter, always doing sneaky things. You're so upright, why are you hiding in someone's bed? Now it looks like you 2 are enemies. You 2 stop arguing. Come and sit down and talk it over. Unexpectedly, Bei suddenly sat beside me. Of course, Manhwa wouldn't admit defeat. The 2 of them started fighting again. So they just kept arguing and arguing. They were about to start fighting physically. Suddenly, the 2 of them turned and aimed their guns at me. Just as the 2 girls turned around, I instantly used my teleportation skill. Goodbye, you 2 keep arguing, I'm leaving first. I had just reached the door when they grabbed me. With just the 2 of you, you're no match for me. They directly yanked off my towel, so the 2 girls blushed and immediately fainted. The next morning, the eagle couldn't find anyone. It directly saw the 3 of us sleeping soundly together. Seeing everything, the eagle misunderstood to the extreme. Jealousy distorted its perception. What bad intentions could the lord of a manor have? Isn't it just to make me his male concubine by any means? When threats and temptations didn't work, it started secretly manipulating the martial arts competition. In the backyard of the manor, each participating team sends 1 player to draw lots. The opponents for this round of the quarterfinals will be decided by the draw. The winners will advance to the semifinals, Huang Shan from Guangqing County said. He was eyeing a total of 5 teams. Where are the 8 strong? Did the butler learn math from a P? Teacher? Upon hearing this, the head butler continued. Given that there are only 5 people at the moment, everyone in the arena immediately shouted that it was unfair. Unexpectedly, the chief steward still firmly said, either come up and draw lots or get lost. At this moment, Miao Miao became worried. As long as one person draws Lin Sing, it will be troublesome. These three people are definitely not easy to deal with, but Mai's worry lasted only a split second, because she got into another argument with Bei. Then the big eagle representative of the team went on stage to start the drawing. He silently prayed in his heart, hoping not to draw their three. It would be best if they could fight among themselves. But the big eagle didn't know that the drawing box had already been tampered with. The big eagle drew the team that had already been arranged in advance. After a long while, all the teams had matched up with their opponents. The chief steward announced that the 4 matches would begin simultaneously in 15 minutes. Strange, I actually drew Yang Wei instead of those 3 people. On the other hand, people in the capital also found it odd. With such a low probability, Lin Xing didn't get selected. Huh? Then he sought refuge and became her male companion. Meanwhile, the mansion lord on stage was already eager. Lin Xing just obediently become my male companion. Next, the chief steward announces that the competition is officially starting. There is no time limit in the match, and no one can be killed. The match ends if someone falls off the stage or surrenders. But my focus is only on those 3 people. Yang Wei, who was ignored, got angry. Lin Xing, how dare you ignore me? Now kneel and count to 10 times to me. Maybe I'll consider sparing you. But I still couldn't be bothered to respond to him. The key now is to understand the attack methods of those 3 people. The ignored Yang Wei finally couldn't take it anymore. Sao Pangxi, go deal with him. Jikinaju, you go too. Make him shut up, don't interrupt my observation. Unexpectedly, Yachu didn't wait for Ji Kanan. She took the initiative and shot out Spider Silk. However, the weak Spider Silk couldn't stop Sao Pangxi's charge. But the eagle watching from the side had it bad. The Spider Silk got tossed onto him by the little briefs. In an instant, the eagle was dragged away by the briefs. The next second, the eagle slammed into the hard briefs. The impact was so strong that even its teeth fell out. You think this woman in front of me wants to eat watermelon? No, she's not here for the melon. She's threatening me. If I refuse to be the governor's consort, then my fate will be like this watermelon. Guys, quickly leave a dog head emoji to avoid suffering this kind of torture later. In the just concluded match, Yang Wei unfortunately had a head-on collision with his source beast. Everyone thought he was done for. But this kid's willpower is really strong. He shakily stood up again. I'm not bragging, but this kind of injury is nothing. It's like a scratch to me. At this moment, the little spider shot out another strand of web. Now Yang Wei and the little fatty were even closer together. However, Yang Wei still firmly believed that in the end victory would belong to him. Right now, this kid was still finding joy in his suffering, completely confused. He didn't even know which way to act cool anymore. At this moment, Yang Wei was thinking to himself, Xiaoping weighs 2400 jin, I weigh 100 jin, that's a total of 2800 jin. As long as I refuse to admit defeat, nobody can do anything to me. Let me rest and recover my strength on Xiaoping first. But I really don't have the mood to deal with this idiot right now. Referee, can I kill them? But the referee resolutely said no. This is infuriating. Jikanan and Na, you two deal with them. At that moment, Yang Wei still thought I was going to use a beauty trick on her. If that were the case, he would surrender. Since he liked beauty so much, let him taste our newly developed skill, Jiki and Nana. Nana released ice cones in the air, and Jiki simultaneously released flames to bake the ice cones. The water droplets that fell were boiling water. The moment the boiling water fell onto Yang Mo's face, instantly, the pain made him and Little Fatty roll around on the stage. Little Fatty, you re tough and sturdy, get on top and cover for me. The next second, Little Fatty immediately bowed to Jiki. Now Yang Wei had to bear all the damage alone. Furious, Yang Wei immediately started cursing at Little Fatty. Although Little Fatty couldn't speak, he could understand. After getting up, he performed a body slam on himself. Now the world is finally quiet. After Lily petted Little Pants for an hour, Little Pants finally let Yang Wei go. Dio and Meow Meow were very happy after seeing my easy victory, but I wasn't happy, because my gaze had never left the arena across from me. King Fang had defeated his opponent in just a few breaths. At this moment, the head butler also announced the list for the next round. In the semifinals, my opponent will be King Fang. Then the chief steward specifically reminded me, it's still not too late to promise the Lord now. When I didn't agree, she performed a thigh-squeezing watermelon crush to threaten me. However, I'm honestly not afraid of just facing King Fang. What kind of intense battle could leave me with this rank and no injuries? The 6-county tournament has now reached the semifinals. Due to the Lord's manipulation behind the scenes, I'll be facing King Fang from Team 7 next. This guy holds quite a deep grudge against me. On the arena, he suppressed me with his Howling Wolves techniques. The big guy in the audience was totally confused. His 3 source beasts are all ranged and not good at close combat. Come on, nice. Suddenly, everyone in the audience started cheering for me. It seems I need to work harder and not disappoint everyone. With a bang, the smoke cleared, and Nana was completely dumbfounded below the stage. The audience was even more dumbfounded than Nana. At this time, King Fang laughed loudly. You're scared silly, aren't you? You even threw your source beast off the stage. I think asterisk you re-asterisk the silly one, who says the source beast leaving the stage means losing. At this moment, the Grand Overseer explained, as long as I'm still on stage, I haven't lost. This time Didaya's intelligence finally came online. And Lia Lang is a melee fighter, so he can't reach Nane. The moment King Fang and Lia Lang approached me, countless ice blocks attacked from below. Suddenly there was a click and Lia Lang bit onto an iron ball, and King Fang was injured by the spiked club. Instantly, King Fang and Lia Lang were both in so much pain they were hopping around. Aren't you being foolish? In an instant, King Fang and Lia Lang were both stepping on the ground in pain. Aren't you being foolish? It turns out it was those useless noobs in the audience causing trouble. He instantly released an ice barrier. The barrier formed a protective shield. Now the hidden weapons of the people in the audience were useless. In this terrain, my speed advantage is sealed by the snow. Even my vision has been affected. But the enemy can easily find me using Lia Lang's keen senses. King Fang now thought the outcome was decided. Suddenly an object flew over and covered King Fang's face. At the same time, Lia Lang instantly transformed into a clumsy off. Then Lia Lang used his strongest ultimate move, the dazzling Wolf Clan Tornado. However, the person Lia Lang attacked wasn't me but King Fang. The toothless King Fang couldn't imagine why Lia Lang attacked himself. Just as they flew out of the protective shield, I kindly reminded him not to yell so much next time he fights. He kept yelling, "I'm not deaf. How could I not hear your position?"